here. Hello, everyone.
That joke.
Hi.
Oh,
Hello.
I'm ready to play Pairs.
Why do you have a blurry controller?
Because Pairs.
Copyright. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to Fools and Flagons, a tabletop campaign made up entirely by me, where these guys do fun and silly things and I try to make sense of it. And tonight, we are continuing the Tales of Archeron. We live stream our D&D campaigns every Friday on Twitch, alternating between the Tales of Archeron from tonight to Storm King's Chaos, which Zeke does on the alternating Fridays. Both are available to watch again on our YouTube channel or to listen to in podcast form on most major platforms a week later. So on top of doing our D&D streams on Fridays, we stream a variety of games during the week. We have Pez Plays, normally on Tuesdays, and Metallurgy Magic on Saturdays, normally, when Metal has the time to do such a thing. And if you do like what we do and you'd like to support us in any way, shape, or form, consider donating to our coffee page. It's ko-fi.com/fools&flagons. The links can be found below in the description. And the donations are never required, but always very much appreciated. And all the proceeds from the donations and memberships go straight back into Fools and Flagons. It helps it make a much better experience and keeps the podcast alive. And, well, Nim, what are you doing? And you get to buy mouth harps for Pez.
Yeah.
We do want to thank you for your follows, subscriptions, and bits on Twitch. We do apologize that we're not going to be recognizing them verbally so that we can keep the flow of the story. But 9 times out of 10, someone here isn't paying attention and is watching chat instead. Like replying to Becca in chat. Hi, Becca. Told you I'd call you out. Or give you a shout out. That's what I meant. Whew! Dodged a bullet there. So if you are watching this in the past and you want to come see us live, it's twitch.tv/fools&flagons. The links to that should be down in the description of your podcast or in the YouTube video if you're interested.
And the doobly-doo. Doobly-doo. Doobly-doo.
Fools and Flagons, the musical.
You're welcome.
And scene. So, anyone have anything they want to chat about, announce, sprechen?
The Twitch.
Zeke, you concern me.
I'm sorry, you said Fools and Flagons the musical, and all I could think of was what would a song in the Fools and Flagons musical be? Oh yeah, the wood on the jail goes burn, 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 burn.
Yep. So, with nothing else needing to be said or announced, grab your drinks and raise your glasses. It's time for Fools and Flagons.
What's up, bitches?
I am king, bitch.
So, picking up where we left off last time, the Tempests had thwarted the assassination... Off to a good start. Had thwarted the assassination attempts on Princess Ena's life, and got a few more puzzling clues towards Zaan's past. Returning to Harpermere with good news, it seemed that the wedding was back on. But before that, the party checked in with Archmage Otus, and learned that the Kadali Ruins had been acting strangely. After a quick, confusing visit to see Grandmaster Puck, the Tempests were given permission to explore the ruins, but only after the wedding, to avoid any potential complications at Otus's request. And what a wedding it was. Otus escorted Vanera to the wedding and seemed to be an accomplished dancer in his own right.
Oh yeah.
Zaan found himself a partner with Lieutenant Yvonne, a lynx tabaxi, and danced the night away with her until the pair eventually disappeared into the night.
Dead.
Yeah. Done. Have your new character sheet submitted to me by the end of the session. Okay, thanks. Zaan Jr. King Damien informed Brick and Kasumi, who were avidly avoiding the dance floor, that a ship had been chartered to take them to high tide, as promised for their efforts. The captain of the vessel would allow no idle hands aboard his ship and would require the party to train for a time to become familiar with the working aboard the vessel. The king and Emma then forcibly took the pair against their will to the dance floor. And eventually, in the wee hours of the morning, everyone found their way to bed. So, we rejoin everyone now as the sun crests over the horizon, light spilling into the windows of the wagon. A perfect day to sleep off a hangover and relax after a night of revelry. Except for a few series of knocks on the door to the wagon.
Hello. I open the door.
I come downstairs.
Okay.
Am I in the wagon?
Yeah, we'll get to you in a second.
Okay.
So, Pez, as you
Wow.
were sleeping under the table, as is your tradition, the sharp knocking wakens you, and you scramble out from underneath, looking confused, and you go, "All right, we have a door." So you go over and open it, and you see a fairly grizzled, weather-worn human man standing in the doorway. He has a hat on, excuse me, a large, wide-brimmed hat, smoking a pipe, and as the door opens, you see that he was expecting to look up, and instead, holding the pipe, he looks down at you and just puffs a few times.
Stalling for time.
Stalling for time as I post a picture of the gentleman in the chat.
Because I need a visual representation.
Oh.
Oh,
Red eyes.
Handsome devil.
So the man stands there for a minute puffing on the pipe, kind of looks down at you. And you must be Pez.
you'd be correct.
Mitchell is fucking Barbosa.
I know, right?
You guys wouldn't get that right.
And you might be.
My name would be Captain Eric of the Harper's Fury. And you, and he points at you with the stem of his pipe, I've been told will be aboard me vessel here in short order.
That is correct. You, Captain Eric, you said.
Aye, that's me.
You wouldn't happen to have a little mermaid friend, would you?
He looks at you for a moment, takes a few pulls from the pipe as Brick thumps down the stairs, and he kind of looks over at you and down at you again. No, I don't consort with Seto's children.
Good to know. Come on in.
Rightio. And he steps on, and he's a bit of a wide guy. He's not, like, hefty, but it's kind of the almost strong man kind of build. He's got the very barrel chest. And he kind of has that scent of the ocean and a bit of fish.
Man smells of seaweed.
What time is it?
It's morning. It's early.
Oh, it's okay. It is morning. I thought this was middle of the night for a second. I was like,
No, it's early. He steps on
Ready to start
inside,
now, fuckers.
looks around, and kind of raises his eyebrows as he realizes that it's, bigger on the inside.
hello, I am the doctor.
Did you actually say that, or
No.
Okay, because I can react to it.
Pez, status report.
Status report. What the hell are you talking about? Good morning.
What is going on, you stupid little man?
First off,
What?
I am
What
stupid.
is this attitude?
Second off, I ain't no man. And third off,
He's reached his teenager
Manners.
age.
Oh god.
You just see Blink do his version of a Brick do his version of a blink. Sorry, not enough rest last night. What's going on?
well, Mr. Poopy Pants, this here is our captain over here. Captain Eric.
He's already taken a seat at the table and is kind of doing the lean back where that's just kind of balancing on two legs. And goes, "Good morning."
Does he have a peg leg?
No.
Morning. I'll go get the others, and I stomp back upstairs.
As you are heading upstairs, up the first flight of the switchbacks, you hear a door open very quickly and padded footfalls and shit. and the tabaxi comes sprinting down the stairs, slides a bit, bumping one of the chairs up in the bay window, darts past you, doing like a little half twirl jump down the bottom part of the stairs. Hi, bye, shit, and she like leaps out the door and sprints off.
You like cats, Captain Eric?
You see
At
him
this
sitting
rate,
there,
I'm gonna
just puffing out the pipe and goes, "Not really."
Neither
Good
do I.
work,
I
just-
don't know why that cat was here.
Brick just mumbles to himself. It's like, at this rate, I'm wondering if I'm not the firstborn. And he continues up the steps.
The door is still open. Zaan's like,
We have a visitor, you perv. And I go over to the other door.
Where'd she go? She's in the she's in the kitchen.
No, she's gone.
Oh, well, that's depressing.
I'm pretty sure she was late for something. Also, this brings up the question, do I have any older siblings I should know about? You don't know. Never mind.
To
Moving
be
on.
fair, I don't actually know if I can have kids.
Not sure. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Phil, in hindsight, good. I don't. Really?
We might want to check up on that tiefling in about 9 months. I go knock on the girls' doors. We have a visitor.
Suppose that would depend if Vanera came back or not.
I did.
Okay.
Wait,
You never know.
where's my burger?
Oh, the Bürger's loafing on top of the table.
Oh, okay.
He's full splooted. So, Brick knocks on your door, ladies.
A lot of grumbling.
It's too early.
Tell that to the person who joined us for breakfast.
I don't want guests.
Too bad, Pez already let him in.
Y'all shouldn't have left Pez down there with him.
He's leaning there looking at you, Pez. You, a bit more interesting group of people than I was expecting.
Yeah, we're eccentric, all right.
That's a fancy word for it.
Yeah, I'm brushing up on some of those fancy words. I'd call them sentence enhancers.
As Brick comes back down the stairs, he's gonna look at Pez. Pez, what's it like to have siblings?
A lot of screaming and screeching. Can be fun though, except when you're forced to pick up dino manure because they dared you to with bare hands.
I have a feeling I'm not gonna have those problems.
Yeah, let's hope you don't.
If I have to have the problems at all. I guess we'll find out in about 9 months.
Wait, Brick, are you pregnant?
Siblings!
Oh.
Don't even
At
have a
this
gender.
At this point, Zaan has clothed himself and is walking down to the main area.
As you get down there, and the ladies as well, if you join after Brick came to collect you, Captain Eric is sitting in the chair, and he's made himself quite comfortable. He's even he's put his legs up on the table, not necessarily the bottom of his boots, but he's gotten himself right at home.
Very good morning, Mr. Clearly sea captain person. Probably.
Good morning to you lot as well. So, I hear from our great king that you wish to charter my ship for a bit of daring do.
Yep.
It's just another weekday for me. Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
is this the captain?
This is the captain, Captain Mr. Eric. What's your last name?
Eric will be fine.
Are you sure it's Mr.? It could be Doctor.
Eric will be fine.
Mr. Eric, that will be fine.
Yeah, okay.
We specialize in annoying our opponents to death.
Kasumi moves to make her tea. She's just like, all right, tea.
Make me one too, please.
Okay.
Do you have any dirt juice? I can go for some dirt juice. Like coffee, that's what it's called. Mr. Eric, do you want some dirt juice coffee, sir?
I'm doing just fine watching you fine people.
So, obviously you are here because we are going to trot you. So, what brings you to our humble abode?
I wish to come by and see who exactly was going to be upon my vessel. And what sort of ins and outs of this task at hand you may require.
Well, a quick introduction to our group. I'm Brick. I usually hit stuff. That's about all I can do right now because of some malfunctions. That's Pez. He's our sharpshooter.
Howdy.
Kasumi, our sticky fingers and knife in the back. It's a compliment.
You forgot the bow in the back, too.
Oh, the bow in the back. Vanera, she makes sure we don't die. And then there's Zaan, who likes to blow shit up.
That's what I do.
I have a very funny feeling that you are going to fit in just fine. So, show of hands. Which one of y'all have been out on the ocean?
I was born a couple of months ago.
Zaan's just gonna keep his hand right in the air.
Nope.
Yeah, would I?
He kind
How
of
else did you get here?
he looks between you and thinks better of it. Which of y'all have actively participated in the sailing of a seaward vessel?
Just pointed.
Mm.
Just pointed Zaan.
Nope. Never seen a boat.
He kind of looks at you, Pez, and you can see him kind of do a hefty, like... Right. So, we are docked for the moment. We have no immediate business apart from doing whatever task you have in store for us, and if what the king says is true, you wish to go to High Tide.
Got a pirate to hunt.
Right. So, we're going to need to get you trained up. I will accept no idle hands on my ship.
Mr. That'll be fine. What about
Captain
Candy
Eric.
Well, again, I would like to know your last name, but we'll get to that
You can
eventually.
call me Captain Eric. Or Captain will be fine.
Well, then you can call me Mr. The Pez, sir. Speaking of, what is Hamburger, our esteemed leader, going to be doing?
Just not speak for all of us.
He looks
Or any
at
of us.
the spluted, feathered thing. He can be your mascot.
Deal.
I was really hoping
All
he was
right.
going to say dinner.
Brick, I will shoot you a new asshole.
Shh.
I don't even have an asshole.
You want one?
You
Not
want to?
really.
Isn't your gun double-barreled? So far as I see it, you've got a few choices of positions to uphold. It's navigation, repair, lookout, fighting, and rigging. He kind of looks around and just sees some of the blank stares. I am more than willing to explain what those might entail.
It would probably be best for one of your lookouts. As well as probably fighting. If need be.
If it's lookout you want, I'll have you talk to First Mate Isadora.
Wait, you're not the only one on the ship.
Nine. That's not how. That is not how ships work.
I thought ships were like a cart on the water. You got dinosaurs pulling the cart, the ship.
Nine.
You see him looking really, really concerned at you, Pez. Maybe I'll make a special exception and let you stay under the cook.
Oh, I could cook a mean bug salad.
Nine, I would not suggest. I mean, what you figure that for yourself?
He's a little weird, but he's got good eyes.
He has good eyes. The one they can't see in the daylight.
If he's got the hat on.
What do you see? The blaring sun.
And he can shoot.
There's 4 others of you.
I'm really fast. I'm sneaky.
You could be part of the rigging.
Sure, I don't know what that is.
You know them ropes that they pull to make the sails move?
Yeah.
If you quick and light on your feet, as you say, you should be able to get up and down quick, fast, and in a hurry. Can you tie knots?
Aren't those really heavy?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Either way, report to Bosun Laws.
Okay.
Wait, your boat is named Lars?
We're never gonna fucking get through this.
I am starting to think you may be best suited as the figurehead.
Oh, what's that?
I would pay gold to see that.
I'd pay gold to help strap him to it.
What about you there, young lady? He's looking at you, Vanera.
Navigation.
Navigation. Good with charts, maps? Looking
Very
at the
good with
stars?
the stars. Uh-huh.
Excellent. You shall report to Navigator Caden. What about you, my fine... And he kind of looks at you, Brick, and just... You can see the wheels turning to come up with a clever idiom. Fine metal armored... You.
Based off everything you said, anything but repairs. I'll fit in wherever you need me.
Excellent. Report to Gunner Alistair.
Aye, Captain.
Wait, a gunner?
I can also use my familiar as a lookout and mortar appears. He's got quite the eyes.
Speak to First Mate Isadora.
Can you spell that?
What, Isadora?
Yes.
Isadora.
Her name Isadora Bell.
No.
Are you sure you're not just calling Issa adorable?
Get out.
Making a little note here.
See, we know.
And what was the gunner's name?
Alistair. And he does see you kind of perk up when he mentions Gunner Alistair. Pez and goes, they did say you were a good shot. You sure you don't want to be manning some cannons?
Oh,
God, Pez on a cannon.
I'm sure. Have you seen some of my craftsmanship of firearms that I've made?
He just met you today.
Son, I just walked into your abode. He kind of looks at the window 10 minutes ago.
So the answer that he's giving you is no.
Report to
he
Gunner
froze.
Alistair.
I think he froze.
Oh, did he? Oh. I thought he was just... He froze.
No.
I thought he was just giving me the look. And there he goes.
Oh, God. That was too perfect.
That was really fucking good.
There he is. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
What?
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
You okay? Technical difficulties. Do.
We did have some storms in Florida, so that, I don't know if that's affecting him.
I hope not.
Yeah, we had a really rough one just blow through Orlando this evening.
Well, he said the Discord froze, so it wasn't a full power outage. So we'll pause for a little bit.
Well, Zach's between two windows right now, so that's kind of funny.
So Zaan, you have to be Vanera and yourself. Vanera, you now have to be Pez.
Oh, shoot.
No, shoot, I got
weirdly
pew.
Weirdly, because both ends of Zach's screen are in the darkness, it looks fine.
Super wide. There he is. Now he's back.
So,
Zach literally could have been like, I'm over here.
What's up, Pez?
Nothing. I was just making a joke.
Oh.
Yes, make it.
So, depending
I'm
on...
a sharpshooter.
Pew, pew, pew. So, depending on how long y'all take to acquaint yourselves with your instructors and my ship, and how I keep it run and flowing, at the very least, we're looking at a week before departure. But, if you wish to practice and train for longer, I am not opposed, especially considering the waters we will be passing through and where you intend to end up. The more training you have, the better chance we have of getting through it all in one piece. So, it's at this point, out of character, I let you all know that for each week you spend training under your respective instructors. Whenever there is a check that requires you to do something as part of that role, you will get a +1 to it. So what I need the 5 of you to discuss and decide on is how long do you want to train? Some of this will be in the dock. Some of this will be sailing out in the, I want to say it's the Alboran Sea, but I want to check real quick to make sure.
You don't
In
know
the Whispering
your own
Sea.
map?
Well, you're going to be going through the Alboran Sea to get to high tide, but you'll be training within the Whispering Sea, where there's still a much heavier Harpermere presence. So, you can discuss this out of character amongst each other, how long you wish to take.
I mean, and you said the DCs are going to be a lot higher for this stuff, right? So, like,
considering that the only person that's in your group that has properly been on a vessel and really interacted, because Kasumi and Vanera, you've been on ships, but you've been on ships. You haven't been
Done
up the
anything.
rigging, you haven't tied the knots, you're not familiar with the vocal cues or any of that. You're not terribly familiar with the hierarchies. Brick, you've read about it, but that's not the same as...
just kind of wrapping my mind around the difficulty tweak. So, say like what normally would be a 20 DC would now probably be like a 25 DC or greater, lower.
You don't know.
Just kind of that general range. I'm not asking for specifics, but I'm just wondering like what's
gonna be harder.
It's
harder.
Yeah.
It's gonna be more difficult because of your unfamiliarity.
Okay.
That's all I can tell you.
2 to 3 weeks.
I was gonna say 4.
2 to 3 weeks.
3 to 4?
Oh wait, we're talking out of character.
And also, like, he did give us a couple, like, I do have 2 options here, but if someone, because I know Zach is already taking the gunner position, I can just focus on...
No, he's taking lookout.
Lookout.
Oh, you're taking lookout? Okay, then I won't even worry about lookout. So I'll take gunner then.
Because you can split your training. You can do, 3 weeks in the combat and then 2 weeks in lookout, or that sort of thing if you wanted to.
I mean, it's
You
like...
get 2.
Sorry, say again?
It's when you say like checks, could you do an example? Because my head's not really wrapping around
So let's say that you're doing navigation.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say that there's a check that comes up, because there will be travel rolls, and depending on what those are, there will be different scenarios that come up. If one of those scenarios requires you to plot a course through a certain area, you would be helping with that. When I say make a navigation check, that's going to be like an intelligence roll plus however many week modifier you get. So if you take 4 weeks to train, then you roll a d20, add the 4, add your intelligence.
But if you want to split it, so let's just say you want to do navigation, you might want to do rigging. You could spend 2 weeks in navigation, 2 in rigging.
Plus 2 in rigging.
And then plus 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
However
you would have
wanna
a plus.
split it
You
up.
would have a +2 for rigging checks, and you have a +2 for navigation.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Since no one is like doing repair, I guess I could do that. Like 2
I
weeks
was
in
actually
repair.
surprised neither of you
So,
did. You both
The
tinker.
other thing that I kind of forgot to, because I
Dexterity's
was
not great.
I meant to mention it when Pez is like, you mean you're not the only one on the ship? Within this time, you would see that this is a warship. This ship is crewed by a base of 30 crewmen. And that's just so that you've got the day shift, the night shift, the mid shift of people checking the
Sorry.
rigging.
I gotta go take care of the folks real quick.
Okay.
I plan on learning all their last names.
And the other side of this being as well, no, is that for the days that you are practicing in the dock, you do still will have your evening. So if there's anything like Brick, I know that you were talking about wanting to do the wrist blade. You will still have time to work on that as well. Except for maybe 1 or 2 weeks where you're out on the ocean for a while to kind of get used to being on a ship for long periods of time. But you will also have some time in between those training to do some things on the side.
Okay.
That gives me an idea.
I mean, we're not in any rush, are we?
Dang.
Yes and
But,
no.
like, it would make the most sense to take, I mean, at least give us a +3 in the areas we really wanted, maybe more, because most
3
of
4
us,
weeks.
yeah,
I don't want to do more than 3 weeks
okay,
because we've known that Shirahama was said to be in this area, but we've been traveling now for over a month.
mm-hmm.
We don't know if she's still there.
I mean, we can always check when we
Oh.
leave.
The other thing that I would like to let you know, as you're conversing with Captain Eric and all, his best estimate, you're looking at... Did I not write that down? Ooh, sorry, I found it. You're looking at roughly 6 days of travel on the ocean. If you were to go nonstop, day and night.
I mean, we got clerics. If we need to divination the fuck out of her before we leave or during transit, we can.
And that's
get their
kind of
spell
why
slots back.
That's kind of why I was letting you know that you do still have some free time. So if you want to do some checkups through your castings and with Vanera and all, you do have that time to sort that out.
Ian, I sent you a message.
I saw.
Oh God.
Yeah, I don't want to delay it that much.
3 weeks, +3 is still party.
Yeah, I don't want to go more than 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Personally, that's just
If we're so what I'm saying is if we're only doing 3 weeks, then I'm just gonna focus on one, because just doing a +1 in one thing and +2 in another is not gonna give me enough. Because like my roll,
You never know.
it's not the advantage based on what Ian's saying. It's not the advantage that I'm comfortable with. Because like +1's great, but
You can
It's
have a
just-
+5 and still roll low.
exactly. But it's sometimes the difference. Like it's just it's something I'm not comfortable with just as a player. I would feel much more confident to focus on one thing if we're just doing 3 weeks.
Is everybody
Yeah.
okay?
I
weeks then?
don't. I took a look at the different jobs and their like skill sets that they need. Rigging it's strength and dexterity.
Strength or dexterity. It depends on which. It depends on what you were trying to do.
Okay, so it's not both.
It can be. So as an example, like you're saying, like some of those ropes are heavy. The ropes themselves aren't heavy, but if you're in the middle of a storm and you're trying to wrestle a rope, that would be strength. But if you're trying to go up the rigging so that you can, as people pull it off and you need to tie it off, that would be more dexterity.
I think you also have
Okay.
to remember, is like Ian said, this is a crew. You might not be alone doing these things.
I know, she has a negative to strength.
That being said, if you're training with the crew, for example, we're spending 3 weeks, they're going to realize what your strengths and weaknesses are. You may still have to do strength, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be like, oh my god, go lift that 40 fucking pound barrel and throw it at somebody.
Hmm.
If you were talking, Vanera, we could hear you.
And just a comment.
Oh, okay.
Well, I want to hear the drum kill me.
I think Kasumi would be more comfortable on repairs,
Okay.
personally.
Totally your call, and it's perfectly valid to have more people on a roll too.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we'll say that
So-
you go and your first day you go there and you look and you're looking at the rig and you're just like, give me a hammer.
Yeah.
So we're only doing 3 weeks, which means I'm just going to do 1. And Zaan is definitely doing lookout, so I'm going to be gunner. You're going to be repairs. Vanera is going to be navigation.
Mhm.
Pez, which one are you doing?
I'm gonna split.
You're
I'm
going to
gonna
split?
do 2 weeks for gunner and 1 week for repair, using dexterity as my preferred thing.
Okay. And then for rigging, it's just going to be
The crew.
the crew, or if we do try to help, we're just going to be at a disadvantage.
Not necessarily at a
Regular.
disadvantage, you just won't have any bonuses.
Pluses.
Right.
Okay, so Brick, you're doing gunner.
Gunner. Yeah.
Okay. So you'll get a +3 in gunner. Kasumi, you're doing repairs.
Hmm.
So you'll get a +3 to that. And
Would it?
Pez, you were
this-
saying
this
what?
is-
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, this is going to be a DM ruling, because Mortar can take the help action. So if I just had Mortar summoned whenever he's up in the crow's nest and constantly taking the help action, give him advantage, would that be okay?
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably what
So
I'll do
long
with
as you
Mortar
come up
then,
with a
too.
system with Pez, like 1 peck is warning, 2 peck is wake up.
You mean Zaan?
Yes. Sorry, I had just written down Pez to figure out what he was doing again. So Pez, you were what were you divvying up between?
2 in gunning and 1 in repair.
Okay. Vanera was going navigation. So she gets a +3 in that. And Zaan, you were doing pure lookout.
Yep.
Okay.
Real quick question.
Mhm.
Does our ship have a character sheet that we could look at?
Yes, actually.
Just imagining the system of communication is 1 peck, unknown or something normal. 2 peck, danger. Lots of pecks and hooting, panic, 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 panic.
Abort! Abort! Abort!
Oh, perfect.
So that's more or less roughly what I'm basing the ship stats off of. It is a generic warship from the D&D 5e book.
Awesome.
Let's just make sure our ship doesn't go prone.
I believe it is
They're going
immune
crazy.
to prone.
If it went prone, it would now be a submarine.
We all live in a wooden submarine.
Pez,
Yeah.
for what you want to create,
Mhm.
how much time do you want to commit to this?
Afternoons, or like whenever I'm done with my training, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Let's see. Make 3 tinkering checks.
Tinkering checks. I haven't done that in a hot minute. I'm proficient in that
That
because I have
or-
tinkering tools, right?
Depending on how sophisticated you want it to be, tinkering check if you want it to be more elegant, or if you don't care, you just want it to be crude and loud and big. Make a check with your smithing tools, which I believe would just be. Well, I guess it's still technically dexterity, so.
All right, so I roll a d20 and add my dexterity.
Taking a peek at your
Move.
sheet real quick.
Move the dice. Y'all need to move.
What is he rolling for?
Something.
Tinkerer's tool. So roll a d20, add your dex and your proficiency.
My dex and proficiency. So add 8. Goodness. Oof. That is a 7 plus 8.
That's still a 15.
Wow. All right. Not bad.
Okay, 2 more.
14 plus 8.
Oh, that's a 22. Okay.
All right. Ooh, 17 plus 8.
Ooh.
25.
Okay.
I
Well,
like these dice. These are good dice.
I want one. It was a rough start. A lot of your time in the afternoon was spent. You went into the workshop room that you had set up before, and you completely and totally forgot that Apollo had chewed one of the legs, and that needed to be repaired first. So that kind of set you back just a little bit, but you were still able to get a little bit of work done on it, a few sketches and all the first week. The next 2 weeks, though you were really tired, and most of the repair jobs that you had been given to practice, you're like, oh, well, this is just as easy as building a barn, except there's kind of that gross wet stuff everywhere. So it was relatively easy for you to learn that position because you're used to tinkering already. You're used to working with wood. It's just a different environment. But I would say that you have a fairly crude thing that you showed me.
All right.
I may, once we go on break, I'll try to figure out a little stat block for that real quick because I haven't ever really looked into that before. But we'll see what we can come up with for that. Is there anything else? Anyone else? Anything else?
Are
Anyone
we
else?
staying on the boat 24/7, or at night are we going back onto?
Kind of back and forth. Some of the times you're practicing on dockside. For you, it's a lot of just getting used to the call-outs and what to look for as far as what the captain is going to be asking you. Because, I mean, you're a lookout. You're looking. But just understanding what he has a preference of having you look for is kind of what you're doing. So some of that can be done on land. Some of the time you are out in the Whispering Sea with the entirety of the crew, getting used to people and like where you're sleeping and all, and just the general flow of everything. So sometimes you are on the dock where you can go home and a few days out of the week you're sleeping out on the ship.
Can I go ahead and roll my Tinker's checks for my
Yes,
thing?
3 for you as well.
Okay.
Zaan's gonna try to find Yvonne.
Natural 20. Start.
Okay.
Plus... what do I add to it? Proficiency?
Are you proficient in Tinker's tools?
Yes.
Then it's your dexterity plus proficiency.
Okay, so 25 total. Followed by a 14. And another 14.
Okay, that first day, you're feeling good. You like the cannons, and it gives you just inspiration. Your juices are flowing. You haven't really gotten the chance to be behind something that explodes quite like that, and it's just got you excited. You make real good progress on it.
Oh,
But-
sorry. I thought we were doing my sword thing.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's just like,
Continue.
this is awesome. I'm so fucking pumped up. I'm gonna make a sword. And you make really good progress the first week, but then your momentum starts to slow a little bit. You're fiddling, and you've kind of got coming out, but getting it to go back in is causing you trouble, and you kind of give up for a bit, and you focus on your training upon the ship. Vanera has ghosts in her window.
Brooklyn.
The third week, you feel like you've made a little bit more progress, but something's not quite meshing. You get it to cycle back in every now and then, but then sometimes it gets stuck halfway or it won't go in at all. You're close. You're so close to that little breakthrough. But that'll be the 3 weeks for you, the 3 weeks for Pez. Anyone else? Oh, Zaan, you were looking for Yvonne. You're able to find her every now and then throughout the coming weeks. She is a lieutenant under Captain Geralt, so she does have quite a few responsibilities and isn't always available. Is there anything you're looking to try and do with her?
Take her to Ferns and have a nice dinner.
That can definitely happen every now and then. Are you properly courting her, or are you just...
I'm courting her, apparently.
Okay. You
You'll
do...
be done.
You do end up spending some lovely evenings with her, but as much time as you would like to spend with her, it does seem to be a little... She's a little bit of a workaholic. She's very, very devoted to her job as one of the Royal Guard. But when you are able to have time with her, they are very lovely evenings. And let's see. She does seem to be taking a bit of a liking to you.
Am I getting a new mom?
You weren't there. Fuck you.
So the five of you begin to have a sixth hanging around every now and then. In the wagon home, when Zaan invites her over when she has the time, you see them together at Ferns.
It's metal. Vanera's just like, I don't know how to feel about this.
Do we also want to take a day out of a week to go to the excursion to the ruins? Ruins. Either before or after we start training, technically.
Didn't they say take a whole day?
Yeah.
For the most part, to get there and come back, so it's up to you guys.
Will that
I mean,
be a
I'll be
detriment?
going, so.
I want to go.
And that's not going to have like any negative effect on our skill checks, right? If we just take a day off.
One of you make a persuasion check with advantage to convince the captain to give you a day off.
Persuasion.
before the training, but okay.
Nope, too late. We're already balls deep. I have a +2 to persuasion. I'm very persuasive.
I'm actually quite persuasive, if nobody else is persuasive.
Of course you are.
Me too.
Damn.
Okay, Boulder Parchment Shears to see which one of you tries to convince the captain.
Who's going to bat
Boulder
the eyes
Parchment
there?
Shears, shoot! Boulder Parchment Shears, shoot!
Damn.
Boulder Parchment Shears, shoot! Boulder Parchment Shears, shoot! Ah! Zaan has to do it.
Damn. We both good. Ooh,
Sharing
and
the
that's
brain
also very
cell.
good. This is gonna be 24.
24. We'll say within, middle of the second week, you've been doing fairly well. You've been showing up on time. You've been showing promise. You're taking to the orders very well. He will give you the day. So let me see. Oh, Pez is posting things to me.
Yep.
Oh. No, you do not get that.
Might be a bit much, but
A bit? No!
Is
a
it a
fucking
cannon?
tank.
It's a
No.
giant cannon! A range of 600 feet? Fuck you! 2,400 at disadvantage and 88 base bludgeoning damage? No.
You have a Scorponok, a Raptor, and a mini cannon.
hey, don't worry about
And
it.
guns!
Anyway, so,
Not Tears of the Kingdom.
is everyone going to the island, or is it just a few of you?
Sure, why not?
What are we doing there again?
We are seeing if we have any impact or can spot anything that has not already been spotted. Because they said when our group left, and then came back, there was a disturbance. So we're seeing if
Oh.
someone from our group causes anything.
Sure.
Let us go.
Okay.
Adventure!
Adventure is out there. Going to a document of a...
Also, Issa,
Can I
no.
help you?
Where? Uh-oh. I lost it. Where'd it go? That's not good. That's not good at all.
Issa,
yes!
Vegeta, no!
Sorry. Okay, I found it. We're good. We're fine. Crisis aborted. So, you all head off to the castle keep. Vanera walking right up to her man's door, knocks on it. Otus opens the door and greets you. Ah, hello. I was expecting you sooner.
We got caught up with helping the boat.
I see. So, you all wish to go to see the ruins, yes?
Please.
Yes.
Yep.
Very well. Come inside. Do you all go inside? Okay. Your silence is staggering. So you all head inside, and you see the somewhat cluttered, somewhat neat interior. And after seeing Grandmaster Puck's abode, you see that you kind of realize that even though he seems very dejected by his master, he seems to have taken just a little bit after him. But he raises a hand, snaps his fingers, and you see most of the clutter in the center of the room moves itself out of the way and clears a space. He walks, turns, gestures for you all to come and stand closer. I will cast a spell to get us up there, save some time. I know you are all quite busy. So, I will teleport you there, and then unfortunately I have things that I must attend to as well. So I will come back in a few hours, or if you send word to me, I can come collect you.
Thank you.
Okay.
So, and he begins to, on the floor, scribble down some very, very intricate runes. Brick, some of these look familiar to you from the book that you studied. You still don't have a full grasp on how, but you're like, oh, I know that pattern. Yeah, that looks kind of familiar. I see what's going on here. Don't know what it means, but I see what's going on here.
That one means go.
I have a particular sense.
Whoosh! And you all get sent. There's a flash of light, and you had been in the darkened interior of Otus's tower, and in a brief instant, Pez, this is really uncomfortable for you because all of a sudden it's just very, very bright, and you all you all feel a fairly harsh wind just brushing across you. For those of you, which one of you, or how many of you are proficient in perception?
Me.
Same.
Let me check.
I am very proficient in perception.
I am not. I only have a
I-
plus.
More
I am
pops out
proficient.
and give me a little helping
I have
hand.
advantage.
I was just asking who was proficient. You're not rolling a check.
Nope. Not me.
Yep. I have good eyes.
Okay. Those of you that are proficient in perception, one of the immediate things you feel is the air isn't quite right. It's thinner. You have to take in more to get the same. Here we go. That's what I'm looking for. It is heckin' windy, and come on, blistering wind. Where's your sound? The blistering wind was a lie.
They're just happy birds now.
Well, the air seems thinner. It's just a little bit harder to breathe. And as you're looking out around, the clouds are under you.
That's new.
And you are
Yeah.
fairly close, not like teetering, but 3 or 4 paces and you'd be at a sheer ledge. You see a lot of moss-covered vines, or moss-covered rocks. There's vines. There's
Even better.
there's rubble. You see. Hold on, let me pull this up to give you a better description. Where you are standing, if you look to the nearest edge, there is a large copper archway between you and the ledge of the floating ruins. You hear the burbling sound of water, and you look to your right and to your left, and you see that there's water that's just flowing and cascading over the edge, and it seems to be spilling out or growing higher along the little channels that it's flowing through. Weirdly enough, there are trees up here that seem to be flourishing pretty well, and there's birds up this high. So, Otus brings you here. He kind of gestures around at the crumbling walls. These are the Kadali Ruins. Again, as I said, I will be back in time unless you send me word that you wish to return. So,
How much time we talking? It's very high up. I'm seeing colors.
I will return in 2 hours' time, if not sooner, should you have need of me.
Okay.
Thank you for the teleport.
Good luck. Have fun. And he looks kind of towards all of you in turn, but not too much fun. He steps towards the edge, wings flare, and he just walks off. Just.
I just wonder if your frill can do what his wings do.
Is it still water waving?
With the wind that's going up here, it's kind of like, the wet paper towel just.
Oh, it's.
Like the inverted umbrella.
Thump.
That's probably good. That's probably going to be an immediately regret. Cast detect magic.
Okay, you cast detect magic. Otus hops off. Sorry?
Sorry, I'm ritual casting comprehend languages just in case we find anything.
Okay. So that's going to take him 10 minutes to do.
Oh, right.
Wild
fine.
magic.
You're
Okay.
fine. You're fine.
You now speak Portuguese.
Zaan, you cast
Hold it.
detect magic, and this is the oddest sensation that you've had so far with this. You do get a very strong sense from the center of the floating island that you're on, but you're also getting little blips here and there, and you kind of look towards one, and it will go away, and then comes back, and then fades away again for a little bit longer, stays away, and you keep watching that same spot. Eventually comes back into your scope, and it stays there for a bit. And this seems to be happening scattered around everywhere.
Physically see?
It's sort of like a little spidey sense. Like within your own mind, you're like, right there, and it's gone. But now it's back. It's gone. But
And
there
what are
is
these-
one that seems to be in the center that is very steadily, consistently there.
And this is like under where we're standing, right? Or you mean
No.
in the center of...
Directly, like from where Otus stepped off, if you turn like that, it's a couple hundred paces that way.
I will walk that way.
The rest of you doing anything as Brick is sitting there
I'll go with
chanting
them.
to himself? Okay, so Vanera's going with Zaan.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
Kasumi?
sit by Brick.
Okay.
Just Brick going 1011001.
00101101011. Pez, are you doing
Uh,
anything?
Pretty
Well,
sure I
I'm
saw it
trying
too.
to
Say again?
try to like breathe because my tiny little cobalt lungs are having trouble at this high of altitude. So I'm gonna go with Vanera and Zaan.
Okay.
Pez starts crawling.
Okay. So, the three of you venture further into the ruins. There's quite a bit of rubble that you have to traverse. Some of the walls are still relatively intact to some extent. There's no more roof, but with the crunching of your boots, you look down, you can see that there are remnants, long, ancient, decayed remnants of wood, what looks like maybe clay tile of some sort. All of this looks like it's been here for millennia. All three of you make a perception check as you're traveling through this.
16.
23 DM.
23?
Getting my dice. Hold on. You're D20. You look weird.
I rolled a 16, so
The perception?
Perception.
He's Grace.
10.
10? Vanera finds a very pretty bird sitting on a rock.
It's so pretty.
Rainbow bunting.
Pez and Zaan, you notice as you're trying to find your way to the center, whatever structure used to be here was cylindrical. The crumbled rocks doesn't leave much of a pathway for you to go straight through. Looks like it may have been a wall there, and it's just kind of all piled high. Doesn't look very stable, not very safe to try and traverse it. So you start kind of going around where you see some of the circular pattern going. And Zaan, with your perception, you swear the water is flowing faster.
Like as we get closer to the center, or like when we get
seems
closer
to
to
get
it.
it seems to be flowing faster than when you first landed with Otus.
We should
Brick.
touch the water.
Mhm. No, go ahead. You touch the water, and immediately it's kind of chilly.
My finger's now cold.
Look over and see what he's doing.
You are kind of fascinated with the bird for a little bit, but you look over and Zaan's just kind of sticking his finger in the water.
What are you doing?
So water is going faster than it was when we first landed. I was curious that if I might touch it, it would go even faster.
Oh. I want to touch it.
How do you touch it?
She goes to lean over, Zaan trips her.
You stick your fingers in the water and you kind of flip it around. The water is surprisingly clear. Both of you make another perception check. And around at this point, Brick, you would finish casting your spell ritually. And you kind of look up and go, oh, it's just Kasumi here. They left me.
Hi.
Thank you for waiting.
Oh, no problem.
Do I look over? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say I'm still not really sure what we're looking for, but
Dirty 20.
Do I look
20?
over and see the water flowing faster as well?
From where you're sitting, not particularly.
Particularly.
Because you're also still kind of close to the edge where the wind is really gusting, and a lot of the water sound is the water going off and getting buffeted by the wind and just turning into mist.
Gotcha. I look at Kasumi. Well, let's go figure out what we are looking for. I'll head off in the direction that... I'll ask her what direction they went and head off in that direction.
okay.
27, DM.
27 and a 20 from Vanera. Looking at the water and underneath it, this water hasn't been flowing for long. You've seen creeks, you've seen rivers. The wear pattern isn't right. There's greenery underneath it that, if this had been flowing for a while, shouldn't be there. It should have basically drowned at this point and just eroded down to stone and silt.
Is that just strange? Can we see where the water's originating from?
It's definitely coming from the center. The way that you're
Howdy-ho!
relatively heading from. You are unable to follow the water specifically, as it does go underneath some rubble and underneath a pre-existing wall. But after a little bit of time, while you guys are, plapping around like children in the water, Brick and Kasumi, Brick and Kasumi catch up. Right as you're getting ready to head off, you're kind of shaking your hands and wiping them dry on your clothes.
Did anything happen?
The water is flowing faster than when we first arrived.
Before or after Kasumi and I caught up?
4.
Before?
My money's on one of you two.
3.
Actually, probably.
3. Pez is there too.
I know.
Oh.
What? Am I just
Fucking rude.
wow?
Shots
third
fired.
He fits perfectly. His frills are already in the wave of the water.
Yeah.
Now he just needs a mermaid outfit.
Actually, considering that we know Zaan is now from the realm of awfulness, my money's now on Vanera.
Don't go close to the edge of this ruin.
Cannonball! Cannonball! I am still falling!
The kingdom's wiped out from the title.
And it was then that they experienced their first tsunami.
The belly flop to end all belly flops.
I'm just remembering the time I belly flopped off a 50-footer now. Ow.
So you continue further on into the ruins,
Yes.
following the circular path, and you come to a decent gap in the wall that had very clearly crumbled. And you can finally see the center of the ruins. And you see within the heart of the ruins is what may have once been a grand circular chamber. There looks to be a statue made of gold. One of them is almost completely covered in greenery and vines. The
Did you say
features
made of-
long since eroded. One across the room from you seems to have been completely obliterated. It has been knocked down and its pieces are scattered everywhere. And in the very center of the room is a solitary pedestal. It seems the base of it being carved. Would you let me finish my fucking explanation? The pedestal underneath it seems to be made of the same stone as the crumbled walls, but it is smooth and seems to have withstood the ravages of time much better than the walls and the pathways that you've been walking through. On top of the pedestal is a large, concave, golden bowl. I say bowl loosely because it's not like a deep bowl, but it's a very shallow, big, shallow bowl. Vines have crawled up the side and don't seem to be going further than the stone. As soon as it reaches the gold, the vines seem to stop.
Does it give off, does detect magic see this thing fucking...
This is definitely what was proccing your detect magic. Which of you are proficient in Arcana? Brick,
I am.
I got a +8.
Brick,
Got a
Vanera.
+5.
No one else?
Brooklyn.
Oh.
Brooklyn is.
I'm
I didn't
checking.
tell it.
Mine's D&D
Being-
Beyond.
Being slow.
Yeah.
Brooklyn is
Right.
No.
proficient in being a butt.
Look at that butt.
Come on. Any day now.
Would you like me to take und peek?
I think I'm almost there. I think it's also my phone. My phone's like 3 years old, so
Ah.
I am also proficient in Arcana.
Okay. So the three of you, Brick, Kasumi, and Vanera. Sorry, I should say Pez and Zaan. You're both struck with a distinct sense of wonder. Like this is, you've not really gotten to experience anything like this before. It's very much kind of a touristy thing. Like holy crap, this is like really cool. Like this is all old, but it's still really cool.
So old.
Dear God. The three of you that are proficient in Arcana, you feel a slight shiver go down your spine. Except for Brick, you don't really have a spine or flesh to shiver. You just get this.
My metal is cold.
An unfeeling.
You get a distinct sense of unease. This is something's not right here. This is not a place for good to have happened.
I take it back, Zaan. This might be connected to you.
I want to go touch the bowl. I'm gonna go touch the bowl.
Don't
Zaan
touch
walks
the
up-
bowl.
Zaan walks up and touches the bowl.
Do I see any ruins on the bowl?
You do not.
No, I haven't seen any writing yet. No hieroglyphs. No nothing.
Nothing.
That's not good.
Can I? Well, I already told you not to, and you're gonna do it.
Yes. Of course I am. It's a big golden bowl. I'm going to touch it.
I mean, I wouldn't.
You said the statues are featureless?
They used to have had. It looks like they had features at one point, but the wind, the rain, the weather, the having no shelter from the elements, they're very, very worn down. You can see what looks like maybe a head, and is very much probably a hand, but even the hands are kind of worn down to nubs,
But they're like normal bipedal humanoids.
as far as you can tell.
I open my journal,
Sure.
my book.
Book.
Gonna get to Zaan's fate real quick.
Oh God, he said fate. It can't be good.
Told you not to.
Dead.
I accept my fate with open arms, good or bad.
Are you
Dead.
just going to touch it? Are you doing anything else?
Lick it.
If I immediately don't die, yes, I'm gonna. I had to say immediately don't die.
I'm fucking with you. You
Multiple
run up,
dice.
you run up to the bowl. And you're like, I'm gonna touch the butt. Boop. Nothing seems to happen.
I was hoping that it would be like a Cave of Wonders thing, but I guess not.
When
You
I
do-
sent...
Sorry, real quick. You do feel a. It takes you a second. You kind of have to like touch it, stop, touch it again, put more fingers on it. It almost feels like it's vibrating. Very, very, very subtle vibration.
Of hands.
When I sent Mortar up here before, and he kind of scouted the island out, was this like the main thing? Did there seem to be anything else of note?
I did forget that you did that. Yes, this is all looking exactly like Mortar would have described to you.
Right. Was there any? Is this like the site that looked the most interesting?
This is it.
Okay. Most of the other stuff is just trees and rock and rubble.
And wall.
There didn't seem to be anything else.
No. Vanera, you open your book.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You open the book, and you see that the letters are shifting far more erratically. Where it had been kind of like a gradual sort of shifting, it's now like splotches and twitching and just... It's not acting normal. You still can't read it.
I was hoping for the opposite.
I come over and peek over her shoulder.
Mhm.
Do I see
with
any
your-
different patterns?
It's the same thing. Whereas you were able to understand the individual languages as they're shifting, as before, where there was kind of a gradual, almost waving, sort of slowly pulsing changing of the characters and the letters and the word structure, it's now very much jagged and jarring, as it's still shifting between just mumbo jumbo garbage, doesn't make any sense. What's the word? Any legible sense.
I
Sorry.
will go up and touch the bowl.
Okay, Zaan, what were you saying as she's approaching?
How tall is it? Like, is it taller than us?
For you, it comes about chest high.
Oh, okay. So this isn't high. This is like okay.
Yeah. Poor description on my part.
And this is where the water is, like the water is coming out of this thing.
Make an investigation check. And anyone else that wants to
Wow.
look at this.
Really good. 18 plus 1, 19.
I don't know.
Investigation?
Investigation.
Oh, I don't notice shit. Never
I got
mind.
an 8.
Zaan, yes, the water seems to be burbling forth. As you look a bit closer, as you all had been focused on the pedestal, the immediate ground around you seems to be an old, cracked stone of arcane sigils.
Oh god. Oh, can I
Can you?
read any of them? Because most arcane sigils are based in some sort of language. Does anything pop out?
You look down, and this looks weirdly familiar as a teleportation circle, but not. Like, you see similar patterns, but the words are wrong. And like where you had been, when you had been investigating your rubbings of the Luna Wind portal, where you were seeing definite coordinates, none of this makes sense to you. And it's not so much a language that is legible.
Okay. So none of them translate to any like one word or phrases or anything as with
Correct.
normally, because if this is different in your world, it's different in your world. I just know that normally in certain settings, like runic language can be based in draconic or giant or other stuff. I didn't know if it was based in anything.
That is how everything you've done so far has been. This is not. This is giving you the major heebie-jeebies. And Zaan, with your... Sorry, yes.
Do these symbols match any that I've seen in the book, in the journal?
No.
So these, I don't recognize any of these.
Correct.
Okay.
I can translate what's in the book. I can't translate this, even with a spell that should translate everything.
I
Zaan,
can't
as
read.
you...
Head's poking it.
That is not the title!
It might be.
I
It
can't
is
read.
now.
Shrug.
What time are we at? 1:27. Okay.
The book says it's this. Well, it's a good thing I can't read.
The space book says this is bad.
So,
What?
Zaan, as you are doing a little bit more investigation around this, you look within the shallow golden bowl, and in the center of it is an indentation about yay big, a little bit bigger, about the size of a grapefruit. And where it's gold all the way down, when it hits to there, it becomes a dark black metal of some sort.
I'm
Is
gonna
he
stick
re-
my hand.
As you're looking into this,
No!
the hum seems to grow louder. And then you realize you hadn't heard a hum before. You'd felt the vibrations, but as you're looking in here, there's a soft humming ringing in your massive radar ears.
Guys, did you hear that? It's very loud.
And as
I-
jovial as you're trying to make this, there is a heavy sense of foreboding. This is not a situation most of you would be joking around in. It's... Yes, Vanera.
Do I see this as I'm up there?
Yes, you see him going and looking into the bowl, and... Yeah.
I wouldn't put your hand hand in it.
Yeah.
So we see that it's circular, right?
So you have the shallow
So
bowl.
it's
It gets
the
to the end,
bowl.
and then it dips down again.
So it
It's
dips down
whatever may
It's
have been
something-
there. It is empty.
Brick, do you still have that sphere?
Yes.
Gimme.
Okay. I hand it over.
Funny story. Vanera, you had this.
I had the sphere.
I thought I had the one with the holes in it.
I had to go back and check. You gave this to Vanera, and she put it on her belt.
Okay.
That's right. That's right. I thought I put it.
It's
okay.
been a long time.
Brick, give me the stone. Oh shit.
Now, granted, that was in that particular session. If you change it after that, I didn't investigate it.
I don't know.
Oh.
It's been a long time since it's even come up.
Never mind. I guess I have it. I take it up.
I gave it to you.
Okay.
Do I feel anything from it?
Don't feel anything. You
Rick kind of walks over
hold
and looks in.
the orb for a time. You're expecting to feel something. You look towards the center, and it looks like it might fit. And then you realize, Vanera, that you can't take your eyes away from that indentation, no matter how hard you try.
Oh
it.
no!
You find yourself at both times wanting to run and wanting to put the orb into the bowl. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
Pack
Oh, you're a
tactics
cleric. You'll be
advantage.
alright.
Oh no.
Yeah, you're a cleric.
Part of me
You'll
is
be
like,
okay.
stop her. The other part of me is like, let it
right,
happen.
right. I'm just like, I don't want to do this, but I want to see what happens.
Just in your ear, Zaan's like, oh, Vanera.
22.
22. It is a struggle, and all of you see Vanera looking at this, and some of you even try to get her attention, and she doesn't reply. And after a moment, you see her almost standing perfectly still, just suddenly wrench herself away and force herself to turn her back to it, her hands white-knuckled on the orb in her hands. You were able to resist the urge.
Are you okay?
The sense of foreboding is still there, right?
You've not been this close to wanting to shit your pants in a while.
Except for the fucking goddamn mushrooms when I heard what they were saying.
It's been a minute since then, but this is
It's been-
actually this is a very similar feeling.
I'm gonna walk over and touch Vanera and cast protection from good and evil. If I
Okay.
can.
Protection
Oh.
from good people?
What level spell is that, Blake?
It is a level 1.
Oh,
You're
Protection.
protecting her from good?
It's a
Yeah,
protection
you're
from
fine.
evil and good. Okay.
It's
So
no longer
the
Joke's on you. I was
effects
always
of this, until the spell ends, which it lasts for 10 minutes, one willing creature is protect against certain types of creatures and the benefits they have. So aberration, celestial, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. Creatures and abilities of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls, can't be charmed, can't be frightened, or possessed by them. I don't know if it'll help, but I'm doing what I can.
okay.
Can I?
He casts a spell on you, and you do feel a little bit calmer, but there is that sense of like, what the fuck just happened?
On another note, can I cast Detect Evil and Good?
Yes.
I would like to.
You cast a spell. You look towards the orb in your hand, which seems still as inert as when you first found it. When you turn back around to the pedestal, I need you to make another wisdom saving throw.
It's gone.
It's
The
evil.
spell probably didn't help. Damn.
19.
19. The shock you receive almost has you reeling backwards. As you look back to this pedestal, there is a shape similar to the one that you have encountered twice now, emanating from this indentation. But
Do the others
instead
see
of
this,
the...
or is it just me?
Just you.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
And the smoky figure is coming from that indentation. But whereas the other ones had been large and bulky, this one is large as well, but it's also... trying to think of how to still make this spooky and foreboding, but I can't get the noodly out of my brain. Serpentine. There is a serpentine sort of sense to this, and whatever may count as its head, the end of this looping cylindrical smoking shape is locked onto you.
Nope.
And I actually meant to change
This thing
the...
doesn't even count
change
as
the mood here.
aberration. The fuck?
The save was more to see how you would react to.
Oh, okay.
It's nothing's happening. It's a like you're in this nice green area and then oh my what the fuck! It's your ability to not literally lose your shit.
Gotcha.
So it's
It is undulating and swirling and seems to be keeping its head locked onto you.
I'm gonna go through my database of the languages that I know. Gonna talk just super quick to see if it recognizes any of them. Abyssal, Celestial, Elvis, and Infernal.
Elvis?
Elvish. Elfish.
This is not the foreboding that I really wanted.
This is not
That is whimsical and sort of cute.
I need my players to shit themselves. This is too cute for them.
Needs more Elvis.
Needs more brown noise.
You speak to it in the languages that you know, and you're looking for a response or any sort of recognition. There is none, and you realize that it's not even really making a sound. It's just existing within your senses. And you are now beginning to hear and feel the hum that Zaan had been mentioning before. The other four of you just saw Vanera flinch, step backward a few paces, and is looking up.
Out of curiosity, what did you say, Vanera? Because I can understand it right now.
Speak to me.
In 3 different languages.
Yes.
I'm gonna look where she looks, see nothing, and like, okay, we're leaving.
But it's a bold
Leaving
thing.
now. I literally just pick Vanera up and start walking.
Do you let him football you?
Yeah, hold on. Hold on.
What are you seeing?
This what are you
That-
talking to?
The energy that we saw, the smoke. It's
Smoke
here.
monster?
And it's from the hole.
But I stuck my hand in and nothing happened.
But you weren't holding the orb.
What happens if you put the ball in the hole?
I don't want to know what happens if we put the ball in the hole.
Sword's gonna come out and I'm gonna stab the fucking bowl.
No.
That seems like a very bad idea.
Make an attack.
I'm gonna Gimli this.
Your
His
sword's
sword
gonna break.
explodes.
Now, this is your Spellblade sword, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Plus 8, so 21 to hit.
21 to hit. You see Brick, hearing what Vanera says, goes, I got this. And he turns and just goes to stab the bowl. You would never, in a million years, thought that you could see energy shatter. But as your blade makes contact with the bowl, your blade, the energy that you put into it to ignite it, shatters like glass. Some of it landing in the bowl, some of it landing further away. And a few seconds later, that energy dissipates, and you just have the hilt on your wrist.
I try to activate it again just to check it.
The blade comes back out.
Oh.
DM.
Now can
But
we leave?
sorry, real quick. You have a sense that would explain why this is still here and in as pristine condition as it is.
Yeah.
Yes,
DM,
Vanera.
I need to DM you real quick.
You're gonna DM the DM?
I'm
The
gonna
DM
DM
is
the
ready.
DM.
DM
is ready.
Inception.
DMD and beyond.
DM beyond.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, definitely feels.
You done fucked up, AA, Ron.
It wasn't one of us. It was the fucking orb.
What was the? What are you talking about?
I mean, it could be hamburger. We don't know. I could put hamburger in the bowl. See what happens.
Dunks the chicken in
The
the
eldritch
bowl.
horror will awaken.
Glad.
His tentacles come out of his beak.
The true big bad evil guy smoked hamburger.
You're asking if you can use it?
Yes.
You can certainly try.
Yes.
Okay. Let me look up the spell real quick so I can make sure that I'm giving you an accurate description of things.
You're gonna make it laugh, aren't you? You're casting Tasha's hideous
I'd like
laughter
to
on
do
it.
the second option, not the first one. If that is something I can do.
Scene ceremony.
I don't have ceremony.
Oh. I think ceremony can deconsecrate places, so I was like, that might work.
Interesting.
Can I
Okay.
cast dancing lights to
Dancing
give us a-
lights?
Dancing lice.
Little circus flea show.
I got the heebie-jeebies from that now.
Dancing lice.
Hey,
Gonna
no.
make a quick note of that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so Vanera turns and with the orb in one hand, using her other, she begins casting a spell. Okay. What is your spell save DC?
16.
16. Okay. Pulling up information.
Show in hindsight, guys.
And it was... Shit, what was it? It was a... Charisma. Okay. Too many windows. Too many windows.
If this works,
Then you won the game.
this particular spell I would like to come out of her horn.
Ooh.
Okay.
If it works.
She begins casting her spell, and all of you now, as she completes it, a beam of arcane energy jolts out of Vanera's horn above the bowl, and you all see it begin to wrap around this shape. And the shape begins to twitch and writhe. You still don't see what it is, but the energy coming from Vanera is giving this thing form. And nothing seems to happen at first, but then you see that it begins to shrink and get smaller, and the energy is seeming to shove it back down into the indentation. And after almost a minute of Vanera sweating and struggling and concentrating, Vanera, you see the smoke dissipate You grabbed it with your arcane spell and shoved it back into that center.
Would I assume at this point then that the orb is like a cork?
A cork?
Like a cork? Not like, yeah, like it was keeping this in.
You can certainly try.
Yeah, I don't want.
Do you want to risk it?
Yeah, see, that's the.
It could be.
Is it the key or is it the lock?
Exactly. Is it the key or it's the lock?
You are not sure. There are too many unknown factors. As you shove the creature away, that immediate sense of dread and panic is gone, but the general sense of foreboding and danger still lingers around the area.
So, what just happened?
Let me see something real quick.
What spell did you cast?
Okay.
The spell evil and good.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Pez.
Pretty sure.
And Pez and Zaan.
Because we're the stupidest.
Yes. With your passive perception, you two notice that the water flow has subsided slightly. It has not stopped, but is not as prevalent as it was before Vanera cast a spell.
So, is the what anymore? Still kind of confused with what's happening, yeah.
Think
It's just-
of the bowl as a center of origin, like a drain. So the
Okay.
water is coming from the drain, and something is coming up from that.
So, DM,
That's me.
if I walk up to the bowl and look at the black, creamy center,
Ew, don't call it creamy, please.
the black, creamy center, is there anything other than that blackness? Like, if you look really hard, does
Make a
it
perception
resemble
check.
anything?
I hope a hand
Or
just
investigation.
grabbed
Investigation. Sorry.
Oh, I was
Comes
about to say,
out-
perception, like, let's go!
like in Beetlejuice, just comes out and
That'd be a 17.
17.
desperately at high.
It looks like some very roughly hewn metal. Where the bowl is gorgeous and damn near flawless, this looks almost lazy by comparison, just hammered into a shape. And it does seem to have a bottom. There is no hole or anything.
Okay.
Does anybody have a rock?
I have a gun.
Is there a rock in the ruins of which you stand?
I toss him a rock that I think is roughly the size of the hole.
Make a strength check. No, just messing.
Sure.
I mean,
I actually rolled really well.
okay, you're like, oh god, but you catch it and you're fine. You put the rock in the hole?
Yeah. Back and
Oh,
forth.
this makes me nervous.
You
So I'm
put
just
the
more curious than anything else.
you put the rock there. Nothing seems to happen, nothing seems to change. Check and see if the rock's gonna rattle. Do you leave the rock in there, or do you take it out?
Does the rock actually stay in if the water's coming out of this thing?
Sorry,
with
the
rock?
water's not coming out of there. The water's coming from underneath that arcane circle that you're on. I'm
I
sorry,
was
the bowl is empty.
Very confused. Okay.
Oh,
okay.
okay. Yeah, I thought the water was coming out
No,
of
no,
the
no,
bowl.
no.
Yeah,
I am
same.
so sorry. You've got You've got the platform you're standing on, the pedestal, and the bowl that is
Thought it was,
empty
like-
all the way down. The water is
Thought it
coming
was
from underneath
overflowing.
your feet.
Okay.
Gotcha.
I
Yeah.
thought it was like overflowing. Type
No,
thing.
sorry. That's my bad.
Can I take...
The bowl?
No. Can I take another look at the about the ruins, as you would pronounce it?
The ones that you're standing on, the cracked stone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's cracked. That was actually going to be my first question. It's cracked.
Let me actually, now that you all have kind of gone through all of this.
There was a battle map ready.
No, there was a map ready, or a image ready, because you would ask me for a map, and then I never got around to making it a map.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
I don't see it.
Yeah.
Where'd you post
Oh
it?
shit! I did that to just Vanera.
Me.
My bad. I thought I had the other one pulled up. There we go.
Oh.
Hmm.
So there's a big chunk of and sections just blasted out of it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would like to pray.
You may pray.
I'd like to pray to Kadal.
Oh, okay.
I'll go. Find a. In the center. So this is kind of all open, so to speak, right?
There is no ceiling. There are just walls in that cylindrical pattern, and then trees towards the edge.
Okay. If we're looking at it, the ruined one statue to the right, I want to go sit just on the edge of the ruined statue that's kind of crumbling to the left, so right
Okay.
across from it.
And for reference, you guys were teleported in basically underneath that arch at the bottom of that,
Okay.
just for spatial awareness. So you go and you sit on among the ruined golden statue, and you begin to pray towards Kadal. What do you say? Or what do you think?
Knowing that he really likes manners, I say please and thank you 5 bajillion and a half times. Please, 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 please. I need answers. I need to know if this stops something or if this starts something.
Make a religion check for me.
While all this is happening, I don't remember how far away it is, but I'm just gonna look at Mortar and go get Otus now. And
My God. 19.
19. Brick, knowing how far you are from the coast, if Mortar were to try to fly back on his own,
it'd take too long.
it would probably take the better part of an hour.
Okay.
Could I have
The
handed
better part
my
of an hour?
journal off to someone really quick so they could write a note?
Sorry, say that again?
Could I hand my book off to someone really quick before I pray so that they could write a note to Otus?
Me.
Oh,
can't
your journal is sending is like you're giving Kadal's journal to someone else?
No.
Zaan takes it for keeps.
No. Just
Guys, look what I found!
I'll take the message journal and just say, "Return now, please," in like big bold letters.
Okay.
Pat pats on the back. It's okay, big little guy.
So Brick, you send the note, you flip to the back of the cover, read the inscription, the painted dragon on the front comes off, takes the message, vanishes away. Vanera, you pray to Kadal, and you don't get an immediate answer, but you are insistent, and you're basically doing the motherfucker didn't answer, I'm gonna call you again until you fucking answer.
Politely.
Please. Press 1 to speak to a representative.
El número ocho for español.
No, we know how that works. You just keep pressing 0 until someone real appears.
And someone, something very real does appear.
Where? What?
Hello?
Some of you are watching Vanera, some of you are watching Brick write the note, and none of you are quite sure when, but the sky begins to darken,
Is it Grandmaster Puck?
and a dark, tall, robed figure with a long gray beard, a gnarled staff with a green gem in the top of it, is standing before Vanera, who is sitting there holding the orb. And the winds begin to pick up. The sky that was once pretty and blue is now rumbling and roiling with dark clouds. And he is looking down at you, Vanera. And that's where we're going to take a break.
No!
We'll be back in just a minute. Grab some snacks, run to the bathroom. Don't go too far to see what happens. And we are back. So, last we left off, the Tempests began training under Captain Eric for their voyage towards High Tide to track down a certain Shirahama. Along the way, they decided to take a day off to go and explore the Kadali Ruins, where once getting up top and having a poke around, a sense of foreboding began to permeate everything. A general sense of unease and curiosity as to what the draw was to this location, and come to find that through Vanera's sight of detect good and evil, that there was a creature lurking within the bowl that seemed very intent on her and her alone, and the temptation was almost too much to endure, but she was able to pull away and not place the orb in the center of the pedestal. And as she banished the creature away with another spell of hers,
I help.
Brick sent a message to Otus to come back now.
Please.
And Vanera began praying to Kadal. And after a little bit of time, the sky darkened, clouds roiling and distant thunder booming. None of you are quite sure when, but at some point in time, out of nowhere, a dark gray-robed figure stood before Vanera. Vanera is well aware of who this figure is. The rest of you have only seen art and statues, of which this is neither.
Can we have visual representation?
Or else.
That might be a fun thing to have, would it not?
Yes, please. Because if not, then I'm just going to imagine Kelpie with a beard.
Well,
You know what?
No.
no.
Put it in the bag, you'll lose it.
I'm just picturing Sokka's or Aang's straw beard from when they went to King Boomy.
The staff is not quite that. I don't have a good picture of it readily
Got a
on
big green
hand.
crystal.
It
Santa's
more
gonna
looks
give you
like
both night.
a druidic sort of staff. It's kind of got the like gnarly knotted top, and there's a green gem notched in the center of it that is steadily pulsing. And those of you who get a decent look at him, his right eye seems to have this gentle green glow to it, whereas the left is more blue.
Vanera, who is this man? Zaan's hands on his sword already.
As you begin to open your mouth to speak, the figure's hand waves to the side, and your voice is silenced. You can feel that you You can feel that you're making the sound, but there is no sound.
He thumps.
He is looking down at you, Vanera, and the jovial, fatherly figure that you had grown so accustomed to, this is the first time that you've seen him angry. You've heard stories of his anger, and the cloud cover and the booming thunder is kind of giving
my
you...
immersion.
He is looking down at you, and he does not seem happy. He thumps his staff once, and there's more rolling thunder. Where did you get that?
In Drybell. Right? In Drybell, forever ago.
Yeah. Underground, the sunken Silver
you all
City.
are trying to talk. No sound. Only Vanera's voice can be heard.
Fuck me then. Help.
So Vanera, you see Brick start to talk, or you see kind of his, because he doesn't really have the mouth too much, but you see him kind of like nodding his head in affirmative.
Around.
Where in Drybell?
In the...
Zaan over there, like,
I made notes. I'm trying.
She's not looking at your hand gestures.
Oh no, was it before that? Oh my god, was this really that far away?
A little while ago. That was what, almost a year ago?
Not only that, but
I
just...
think it was more than a year ago.
Yeah.
are you guys talking about the Silver City?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to find my notes for it, because I'm not...
Well, so for the brevity of time,
Yes, please.
the orb was given to you by Kithak after you returned. He thought one of you had
Yeah,
dropped it.
Literally just found it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Big man.
it was given to us by a mind flayer.
You told the god a mind flayer gave you something.
I'm not gonna... I'm not gonna lie to Kadal. It was in the Silver City, underground.
You see him standing there, and you kind of realize now that he's not so much looking at you, he's looking at the orb. And he points a finger at him. That is the root of great evil
Ah!
that I once sealed away millennia ago.
Okay.
And he kind of looks away from you, waves his hand the other way. Do any of you have a better answer for where this came from?
Is that not a good answer? It came
So
from
you-
the Silver City.
Could it?
He looks down at you. I need a location. Specific location. This is important. And as his voice rises, there's more lightning striking. And there's a bit of a crunch behind as a bolt strikes the ground somewhere on the island that is floating.
Mr. Kadal, when you banished it, where did you banish it to?
It was not banished. I destroyed it. And he points then at the bowl. This one. Where did that come from? And he's again pointing at the orb that you're holding, Vanera.
I don't know.
It came from the underground Silver City, where
Yeah.
Kipak gave it to us.
Does he recognize that name?
There doesn't seem to be any shift in his demeanor.
Brick still has the book. And send a message to you.
Are you talking about the first smoke monster we saw in the portal with the dynamite?
You're telling him about somebody who's gone.
Is there was a portal and smoke monster in the portal, and we threw dynamite through the portal, and smoke monster was angry.
I'm also saying this like hiding and shaking and quivering and
I'm glad you are, because Zaan is
Oh,
very
your inner
fucking
tails?
yeah, because that's the only safe place I could find.
Zaan is staring daggers at
Between
you,
the four.
talking about this within the round.
Oh, goodness. I don't know. It was given to us because he thought we dropped it. It was just rolling around.
He holds his hand out.
I put it.
He opens his mouth to seem like he's about to scold you, and just it's there. You do not realize how close you were to unleashing something that very well could have ended all of you.
Oh, I knew it.
Vanera,
Yes?
did that creature resemble, my family member? By any chance?
He looks to you,
Oh!
and the left eye, the blue eye, flares very brightly.
Open my mouth? Shouldn't open my mouth.
Hey, you might want
Yeah.
to mute him again.
But I'm waiting for the answer, Vanera.
You might want to mute him again.
Title of the episode.
Hit the mute button.
Yummy.
So, Vanera, you didn't answer my question, so?
What was your question? Sorry?
Did it kind of resemble my family member?
DM, did it? Because to me, you said a snake-like thing.
So he said it was
didn't-
similar, but it was...
Snake.
Did it give us the same feeling? I guess.
The feeling was somewhat muted compared to the Luna Wind figure that you all had seen. The creature in Male Glen had the same sort of feel to it, and the creature that possessed the Baroness wasn't that ethereal smokiness that just seemed hungry and angry. That was 100 times more intense. That just impending doom of, oh fuck, we gonna die if we don't do something now. Vanera, this felt closer to the Luna Wind Male Glen creature than whatever you encountered in Emerald Point with the Baroness.
And what did we encounter in Luna Wind again?
That
It was the smoke monster that drained you of all your color.
That's
Oh, yes.
stole your color.
Yeah, how could you forget
Yeah.
that one?
Yeah, we're pretty
Yeah.
sure at this point they're two different
Dynamite.
entities.
Oh, okay.
Could be brother
Unfortunately.
and sister or cousins twice removed.
So, what does... Zaan is stumped.
You five have been unintentionally meddling and thankfully thwarting plans and actions that even I am unable to fully see.
Oh,
That explains a lot, actually.
So they were trying to get gold out of Luna Wind, and I kind of look around at all the gold.
Child.
Checks out.
This, I'd say, the smoky creatures, do they steal souls or something? Or do they drain life or something?
Fortunately, unfortunately, you have slain and dismissed all that have appeared.
Are they like sentinels?
He thumps his staff, and he does seem very interested. Thumps his staff. I do not know.
Oh,
Was that to explain why Valkyrie didn't know Isa?
you big net.
The anger that you had been sensing from him magnifies. And
At
you...
the mention of what?
Valkyrie.
Valkyrie?
There, where there had been a slight little jolt before, there is a thundering boom from behind. Crumbling stone and dirt plummets from the island where a massive bolt of lightning struck, and he looks at you and he's angry and sad and angry, and you see him take in a deep breath, let it out long and slow. Valkyrie is no more.
What? What?
What?
What?
Zaan kind of just falls down?
What? I'ma throw something at you, cat.
You five have been, for our side, meddling in the right direction. I do not know what the days hold, but you must prepare. The orb that he had been holding, he's no longer holding, and he walks towards you, Vanera. And he beckons you closer. As you all, I hope, continue to meddle, you must learn what has happened to prevent what I fear may happen. He puts his hand on your head, Vanera. Careful that the horn goes through his, fingers.
Do I become a scion of
There is a
memories?
sharp stabbing pain. A migraine that you have of proportions you've never experienced before. You, like Zaan, fall to your knees as he lets you go. No apparent change. I have much to do. Be safe. Prepare. Good luck. There's another bolt of lightning that strikes him, and Kadal vanishes. The lightning, as you're used to seeing it, comes down and vanishes. This comes down, hits, and seems to get sucked back up into the clouds. And as it does, the lightning bolt almost reverses in, hits the clouds, and blasts the roiling thunderclouds away. And over the next few minutes, the clouds dissipate. The sky becomes clear and blue. The wind picks up. There's still that foreboding hum coming from that pedestal.
DM, how strong are the golden statues?
Well, considering that Vanera is sitting on one that was knocked over through potentially time or some other outward force, you're not entirely sure.
I want to try to rip the one that's still standing out of the ground and throw it somewhere.
Make a strength check.
Yes, I rolled a 19. 19 plus 3, 22.
So, you, in your primal rage, you try to chuck this thing, but it's about 4 times your size. You start to try to lift it and push it, and as you're lifting, you kind of break off the end of the shoe that's there, and you have that.
Half a foot.
I want to start hitting it with my sword.
I have a foot.
You
So-
all see Zaan go into a fit of rage, slashing, stabbing, attacking the statue.
So did
And screaming. Sorry.
Well, that was a given.
we just like get a blessing from a god who just killed another god, and
He
how
didn't
many
kill
gods
her.
are? What's going on? Can someone elaborate? I'm too scared. I'm just a kobold living my own life. I don't know what the hell's
think
going
that
on.
we have been somehow being a huge pain in the ass for god killers.
When you say God Killer, Zana's gonna... He shot daggers, looks at you before, but you get the sense if you mention that again, he will actually try to kill you.
So,
Oh shit!
are you saying that these smoke monsters are god killers?
They are a threat of an
Epic
unknown
proportion.
proportion. Yeah.
So, Coyote might be in danger?
At this point, the way he reacted, they're all in danger, which means we're all in danger. Way worse than we thought.
That
also well, yeah. They can
Why?
hide themselves from them. They can apparently sneak up on them.
That would explain why I was getting so much emotion from my readings with Shensei lately.
Yep.
So what happened to the critter that you saw here, Vanera? The one that your horn shot? Is that thing gone?
That's gone. Yes.
So we can leave this place, right? Like, do we have some sort of ability to caution this place off with some like tape or something?
Almost as if on cue, you hear the heavy beating of large wings as Otus, who you've seen calm, collected, comes down with a speed that has him skidding to a stop, his feathers ruffled, and he is looking around. He has a staff with him now, and his hand is crackling with electricity, and he looks towards all of you, and you're all sitting there, unharmed. Zaan, like, blade halfway into the statue. I am certainly glad I asked for you to wait until after the wedding. Would someone please explain?
Leave first, then explain. Please.
Is there something happening back in town?
The sky was clear, and then it was not.
Yeah, that was Kadal.
Yeah, you
Leave
can
now,
blame Kadal.
explain then.
As he's kind of stands up and is still looking around, head on a, like an owl head on a swivel. So he's facing this way, and his head's like just looking everywhere. He walks closer over and motions you all to come back to where he had brought you in before at the copper archway. And as he's drawing the sigils down again, do you realize that half of the island has been severed.
Wait,
One we're on.
Like this?
And like he pauses in his scribbling to gesture, and the back left corner is gone.
Well, he was pissed.
He was very angry.
where'd it go?
Down.
I'm guessing down.
Down. There was no one down there, right? Like we didn't accidentally crush dogs or nothing, right?
He looks at you in confusion for a moment. We are over the bay.
We didn't crush any water dogs, did we?
If I hear of it, I shall let you know. And he
No, please don't.
and he continues to draw the circle. Are all of you gathered around, or Zaan, are you still beating the snot out of the statue?
I'm not gonna lie, I rolled to see if I'd walk away. I'm unfortunately still slapping the shit out of the statue.
I'll go retrieve him.
Just pick him up. Fucking football.
No, I don't. I wait till he gets a couple more swings out and says, the longer you stand here hitting that, this is the less time we get to find the bastards.
Zaan, not really sure how to handle this situation, looks over at where Vanera was sitting. DM, are there any chunks of gold he can carry?
Oh, there's quite a few.
Well,
You
Zaan
had
can
the
give it to
end of the
him.
foot that you had. You've knocked some slivers and chunks out of the statue.
Yeah, Zaan's gonna take the foot and whatever other gold he can carry. He doesn't give a fuck at this point. If anybody's got a problem with it, he can literally...
Stuff it in my pants!
Is that a golden foot, or are you just happy to see me? Sorry. So yes, you do gather quite a few chunks of gold, and you rejoin everyone at the circle. Otus is waiting, and once you arrive and get within the circumference, he activates it by placing a little gem in the center, and with a brief flash, the bright sunny day that you had been experiencing is gone. The wind has ceased. You are back in Otus's tower.
It's too many page of notes.
One second, I need to look at the map.
Now, would someone please like to explain why lightning struck the ruins, the kingdom, as far as I am aware, was covered in dark, roiling clouds that none have seen the like in generations. Speak up, please. I am sure the king will be searching for me soon.
So there, okay. Here's the tea, or the dirt juice. We
Here's the cafefe.
You dropped us off, and then we went exploring and all that. We didn't touch nothing until we did touch something. Well, not we personally, but Zaan did. The bunny over here. He touched something that he wasn't supposed to. It started vibrating, and then suddenly a ball came out of Vanera's pocket. I don't know where that ball came from. It looks kind of familiar. And then she looked up into like the corner of an area, and a laser beam shot out from her forehead. Did you know that she had a horn up there? Anyway, laser beam shot out, and then it like grabbed a smoke snake, and the smoke snake started like shrinking and dying into the bowl, and then suddenly Mr. Kadal, you know Kadal, I'm pretty sure you do. Oh, hello.
That was an
That was
accident.
weird.
I don't think Issa meant to join us.
And
Hi, Issa!
Mr. Kadal came in and said, "What's up? What you doing?" And then he said, "Valkyrie's dead, apparently, and apparently these smoke monsters are god killers." And then he disappeared. And then you showed up. Right? Did I cover all the basics?
Yeah.
There is a clattering of wood as Otus drops his staff at the mention of Valkyrie's death.
Is there anything in the room that looks like he wouldn't be upset if Zaan hit it really hard?
Not really. There's
Okay, I'm gonna punch something anyways. If there's just a shelf or, a table.
a door.
Titan smash.
Okay. You
Lightning hands.
He sees you thumping towards a table, and somewhere in the back of his mind, you see him flick his hand quickly, and there was a bottle of liquor on the table you were going to smash. Mage hand picks it up, and you just Hulk smash the crap out of it, splintering it. He doesn't seem mad. He brings the bottle to him, uncorks it, and like Kasumi's doing, just starts drinking out of it.
Franken.
He goes over, sits heavily on the little two-seat sofa that he has, and he looks over at you, Vanera, and his eyes kind of flick up and goes, "You do have a horn."
Is it showing
Can we all see it now?
You all see her horn.
Do we see all of the rest of it, or just the horn?
What?
You see her horn.
Can I okay.
Okay.
Just slap his hand away. Sorry, that was probably really loud for the podcast listeners. My apologies.
That's okay.
I don't like this.
Oh, you have something you don't like. Join the fucking club.
I don't need any of your attitude.
Oh, really?
Judging by Zaan's reaction,
Attitude.
everything that Pez has said is true.
Well,
And
yeah,
that is worrisome.
Oh, yeah, super awesome.
Sorry. Did we mention that we're pretty sure at this point that the island is some sort of giant seal on whatever these things are, and it seems to have a leak?
Wonderful. And he just takes another swig.
And the reason that it was reacting to us coming and going, did Kadal take the thing?
Yes.
We had the key and didn't know it.
You have all been meddling in things we can only guess at.
People keep saying that word. I don't think you know what that means.
I mean, someone sent it to us, so we did go grab it.
Yeah, it's Kip's fault.
Everyone message metal right now. Motherfucker!
He's gonna be so
Oh my
fucking
God.
confused.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
You just connected the dots. Zaan now thinks that fucking Kipak is the reason his mom is dead. Metal dies. I hope you enjoyed being part of this campaign. You're fucking dead.
Oh, man.
He's like, huh?
It would seem I have much to relay to the king. Is there anything else?
Smoke monsters. The island is a giant seal with a crack in it. Kadal's pissed.
Kadal's pissed.
Valkyrie.
Don't fucking say it.
He said the seal was his doing. Like, he had faced these things before, but he actually has no idea what they are. So this is probably pre-written history for the most part.
Very well. How much longer until you think to leave for your current journey?
The sooner I can kill something with relentless, unyielding rage and aggression, probably the better.
I'm guessing we did this on the latter half of our training, so I'll say probably about another week. Maybe less.
Train hard, train well. I must go speak to King Damien. He gets up with his liquor and he sees you, Zaan. Kind of holds it out towards you.
He's not going to take it.
He does.
Surprisingly enough.
He takes one and he goes to where the table was where it used to sit, which is no longer there. Well, I mean, it's there. It's just there, and over there. So he kind of takes it, goes over to another spot where there's a stack of books, sits it on top. Looks at you all, sighs, opens the door. He just leaves the door open.
Yeah, that's how we feel.
Zaan's not waiting. Zaan leaves.
Where
Starting
is
to feel
Zaan
bad
heading?
for.
Where is Zaan heading?
Back to the cart.
Okay. Brick, you were saying?
I'm starting to feel bad for everyone that encounters us because their lives just get way more complicated.
A lot shorter.
A lot shorter.
Well, I mean,
Not fun.
that's for you to worry about, because honestly, I have a bit of a confession. Don't really got a big brain, so I forget a lot about people. So that's something that you have to suffer with, knowing that we destroy people. To where, in a week or so, I'll just forget what happened.
Not you two.
Anyway, back to the cart. We going home?
We probably shouldn't leave Zaan alone in the cart with how destructive he's been.
I can agree to that.
Yeah.
So he's going back to the cart. He's not going inside the cart.
Okay. Zaan has a little bit of a head start on the four of you. You let yourself out of Otus's tower. Head back towards the cart. Zaan, what are you doing?
Is there anywhere behind
what,
Fern's
what would they
place?
see when you arrive?
Me looking
Death.
around Fern's establishment, trying to find someplace that's somewhat secluded, maybe behind it, like maybe a tree or something.
There's not a whole lot of trees behind it, but there is a small area behind his cafe that you could go to.
Yeah, let's do that. We'll go there.
Okay.
And, probably a futile effort, but he's gonna really, really try to get a hold of his mom.
Okay. You go behind Fern's Magic Bean Cafe. You try, and you try. There is no response.
He's probably gonna be doing this for most of the night.
What are the rest of you doing? You get back to the cart. Zaan is not there. Everything is surprisingly intact.
I guess just make sure that nothing else weird and fucky's going on.
In what sense?
I mean, like, Pez is like, he's still vibrating from seeing a god. Like, he's used to seeing Coyote, but I mean, like, a god?
He's used to see meh. Then when he sees, oh, he doesn't know how to process it.
I saw the god of gods.
Yeah, daddy god.
You saw the head honcho.
Daddy, sorry.
Stop it.
So, Pez is just going to, like, scope out the area, and then...
Sky Daddy.
Okay.
Issa said it first. Don't look at me.
Don't be
Issa said
reading
it
chat. Focus on what I'm saying.
first. Issa said it first.
Um,
Damn it, Lisa.
so I'm just gonna be scoping out the area real quick, like, and then I'm going to slink inside the cart and hide myself in the closet with Snail and cry.
Which closet? The coat closet or the food closet?
Food closet,
Food
because
closet.
Snail's in
Oh.
there.
Wait, did you guys not take him out?
No.
Snail?
Are we supposed to?
Oh no!
Well,
All the food's gone.
If you haven't, he's gonna be down in this little 1 inch by 1 inch cube, just kind of sitting in the middle of the floor.
My
Oh,
tears will hydrate him.
He didn't say when it happened, did he, or how recent it was?
No.
has Apollo made a mess?
So help me God if he has.
So help me God! If Apollo has made a mess.
No, he hasn't. He was a good boy. You've been training him. I rolled a natural 20, lucky bitch.
My good boy.
To the point where when you all first arrive, you open the door, he's just sitting there, looking up, tail swishing around behind him.
I hamburger him.
He's
him up,
gotten used to it at
hamburger.
this point. Your little
Yeah.
baby griffin.
He accepts his fate.
Yeah.
Does Fern's like front or back have like a fire pit or anything?
You know that within the main room of his cafe is usually a roaring fire.
Okay, I know it's middle of the day.
Yeah, you were up pretty early. Oh no, actually, this was your day off, so you probably slept in. I'd say it's about
Late afternoon.
midday-ish.
Is it lunchtime yet?
It's probably around
I'm gonna
lunchtime,
walk
maybe a
into
little after.
Fern's.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk into Fern's. Is the fire going?
The fire is petering out a little bit. There's not as much of a crowd. His crowd is usually more of a morning kind of deal. You still occasionally see people around having like mid-afternoon tea, but as far as food goes, that's more of a morning venture for him. So
Okay.
there's a few people sitting outside enjoying the weird weather that's been going on. If you don't like it, wait 5 minutes kind of deal. But you go inside, the fire is dwindling a little bit. There's still crackling, but in the hustle and bustle where it's usually quite large and warming, it's petered a little bit. It's on the
Okay.
downward.
I'm gonna go over and stoke the flames, and if there's any logs nearby, I'll toss one on the fire or two when it's appropriate.
Okay.
And kind of stoke the flames. Once it gets to a little bit better, Bowler, if you can hear me,
Yeah, we're all reaching up to our gods.
we could use some answers. I could use someone to. Honestly, I could just use someone to talk to.
Are we chopped liver?
Yes.
I mean, that's what I feel like.
While he's doing this, Vanera wants to go sit on the grass. Go find a flower.
And eat it.
No, not eat it.
Murder it.
Chop to the belly. Because I swear to God.
I mean, should
So
I try-
swearing to people who aren't here.
Yes.
should I reach out to Coyote?
Are we all just gonna play telephone with our deities?
Yeah, we're all checking in right now.
Yeah, we're pretty much like, are you alive?
I'm going to look at my hamburger and say, "You in there, bud?"
It's perfect sense.
Oh no, you're gonna kill Vanera. So Vanera,
Right.
you're able to go into Fern's front garden, which you know is prolific with flowers and different types of plants. You can go and find your favorite color, and you sit in front of it, and you begin pleading and asking for Nefeli to reply to you. Pez, you're in the kitchen with hamburgered on the table, and you're just locked eyes with him, like, you in there? Hello?
Is this thing on?
You kind of like open it. Here, let me help you out. Hello?
You extend his tail like an antenna.
Like that you default to your peanut voice.
Hello? What? Peanut's a great guy. Vanera, you see as you were pleading with the plant life, it's very subtle at first, but as you plead with them, they don't wilt in the sense of dying, but there's definitely, you get a sense of sadness or regret.
I can deal with sadness. I can deal with that. I can't deal with death.
There's no outward sign or voice, but there's just the sorrow. So you're not killing the plants, but they definitely seem sad now.
Oh,
You're welcome.
The Saturday, sir.
Pez, kind of all you get out of hamburger is a sneeze, like right in the face.
He's alive!
Brick, you as well. You don't seem to get anything immediate. As you finish with your question, as you're stoking the flames, you've stoked the fire before in your campsites and all. There's a little bit more intensity to the heat than what you were really expecting from the task that you were doing. And you get a sense of rage.
Oh.
There is anger in those flames, not directed at you, but sort of spilling out through that just natural primal energy.
I'm just gonna say, how can you tell me how recent?
Right.
You sit there staring at the fire for a time, and there's no reply until a voice speaks up behind you. We lit the fire about 6 hours ago.
Hey, Fern.
Oh yeah. You okay?
No. None of us are okay.
Anything I can do to help?
Don't suppose you know how to bring a god back from the dead?
What?
I just turn and look at him. Valkyrie's dead.
What? Like, you can
I-
definitely
I-
see that what you said just refused to process?
I just kind of fill him in. Brick's just word vomiting because even he's almost gone back to factory reset from the shock.
Somewhere in the middle of your explanation, he finds himself a seat, and he's just kind of leaning heavily. Okay. Let's not go spouting this around. Avoid panic. You see him just kind of like nervously fidgeting, like his leg is bouncing, and just kind of.
Does this have any connection to what happened before we arrived?
What?
When we arrived, or a few days before we arrived, when I visited through the closet, there was some meeting you had with King and Otus and some others. Something appeared to be troubling.
That would be the ruins. They'd been dormant since as far as I could remember, and then one day, poof, water began to flow. Now a god's dead.
Carrying-
Water's the devil.
carrying-
Water is the devil.
Yeah. Well,
Reinforces don't drink water.
we killed one of them. Vanera banished another, and I've got a vendetta with the first one. And now Zaan has a vendetta with another one.
All.
About this time, did you just hear a bolt of lightning hit behind Fern's building?
You hear it. But
That would be Zaan.
You kind of like
It's
is looking
probably
out the
good.
front window. There's, it's bright, sunny, fucking lightning strikes. Okay,
out his
you
anger.
may want to go chat with him and have him not do that, or having the god come down on you. Say it's an accident at the moment.
I want them to come. Lightning is definitely going to be hitting more than once. It's periodic.
You go on and see to that, aye?
Yeah. Otis should be telling the king as we speak. We
Don't
filled him in.
tell anyone else.
I know. But we trust you, so I figured you should know.
Ring,
Thanks.
ring, ring,
I
ring.
won't be sleeping for a little bit.
It's ruining everything forever.
Read
Now
all
come here.
about it. Valkyrie.
Alright, I'm gonna go check on Zaan.
Kasumi, what are you doing throughout all of this?
So, Zaan, where are you currently?
I'm kind of like behind his establishment, so like if there's a front door,
So
kind of all the way behind.
you've got the
Zaan's
wagon.
fucking up the
You
backyard.
go outside. There's the front of Fern's. Other side of that. He's basically between the wall of the Royal District and Fern's place.
Okay.
And there is,
Kasumi
like-
is gonna find a spot that's kind of tucked away, but just enough where she can kind of keep an eye on him, and she will be in fox form. So, she's gonna kind of just lay there and keep an eye on him.
Okay. There's definitely enough greenery, even with you being white as fuck. You're able to get into a bush and keep yourself relatively unhidden. If you want to make a stealth check just to see if you can...
Oh, Zaan is not going to pay any attention.
Rude.
Sorry.
Okay.
He gives no fucks.
Yeah.
You're the scene that you see is he was praying originally, trying, didn't get response for whatever amount of time, and now he's just punching the ground, and every time he punches, a bolt of lightning comes down afterwards.
Okay. How often are you punching the ground?
How long did this spell last? Hold on a second. It's probably going to be that because he's super pissed off. However often Call Lightning lets me do it. It lasts for 10 minutes.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Oh.
After
Sorry.
the first 2 or 3 strikes, there are a multitude of guards that come around, weapons drawn at the ready. They see you.
Foaming at the mouth, ready to kill anything.
You gotta kill him.
Halt there, Zaan.
Kasumi's gonna pop out of the bush.
I was
Jesus.
I was hoping Brick would appear around this time as well.
Fox form or no?
She's gonna hop out in fox form, and then she will take that action to go back to human form.
So it's a double. Brick, you do come around because you heard the first lightning strike and you would have been there by the second. But there are a multitude of guards and it sounds like more might be coming. I'm gonna have to ask him to stop doing that.
We got it from here, sir. And I'm just gonna look at Zaan, shield and axe out. No magic, just weapons. You need something to hit.
He's
Oh, are you actually talking to him?
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Oh, I rolled a nat 1. He doesn't give a fuck about anything that you said. He's not stopping.
I pick up a rock and I chuck it at the back of his head.
Oh,
What spells do I have in my arsenal? Hold on a second. Hold 1 second.
You say banish?
Fuck.
No.
Banish.
Zaan looks at you and you see him stomp. And the ground underneath you erupts. As a wave of destruction. It's a wave of destruction erupts out of the ground towards you.
All right. What is it? A roll to save or a roll to attack?
It's a. Each creature I choose, so I think you're the only thing that pissed me off, so you're probably the only one that does this. You need to make a con saving throw. Or take a lot of damage.
My best one. Let's see how this goes.
I'll just heal you.
It's gonna be a 24.
So you pass. But. Hold 1 second here.
You using channel divinity on me?
No, I can't on this one. You're lucky.
Okay.
Lucky.
So,
I love the lucky feet.
20 halved.
Eh.
And, oh wow, 15 halved, so you take 17 points of damage just overall. It's between two different things.
Is this a certain type of damage?
So, thunder and radiant.
Thunder and radiant. I'm gonna absorb the thunder damage using absorb elements, second level Ian.
Schlork.
Okay.
I need to mark that off too.
Short.
I finally got to use that spell. Not on who I intended to use it on first, though.
It's okay.
Yeah, short.
Arcanist gauntlets go off. Let's see if the spell actually goes off.
And what are you doing? Sorry.
I'm absorbing elements from the thunder damage.
Oh, okay.
Jesus. Oops. Didn't mean to roll that. No, you guys keep doing what you're doing. I'm doing my own thing.
Oh, I didn't know if the spell needed to go off or not. If you need to roll for that.
Well, you guys are fighting each other. So because you're
still
trying
cast
to
the spell.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just letting you guys fight because I was gonna do my own thing in the middle of that. Hold on.
I don't like you rolling dice over there, buddy.
He's probably willing to see how mad the guards are going to be at me.
What level is it?
Second.
Barely goes off.
Barely. Okay, goes off. So how much of that was thunder damage?
Half was the 10.
10. So it's now down to 5. And how much was radiant?
Radiant was 7 after it was halved.
Okay.
Is this? I'm pretty sure that's halved, right? I'm not crazy.
That's fine.
Takes half as much. Yeah, so it takes half as much. So yeah.
All right. Taking that, I'm gonna charge straight towards you and try to just axe you in the face.
You triken?
You go to
Good.
charge him,
Triken?
and as you get a few steps away, Zaan falls face first.
Dead.
Not dead.
Wasn't expecting that. Sorry.
Zaan falls face first. Brick, you come to a stuttering sort of stop, and you see the shadows of wings flapping down. You see Otus approaching, staff in hand, finger pointed at Zaan. You are asleep.
I just kind of look at Otus. I had that.
Sleep,
Wait,
motherfucker!
I'm just automatic asleep. Damn. Okay.
If you upcast that enough,
He kind of cast it at 8th level.
yeah. If you upcast that enough,
shit.
you're out.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I roll dice that has to exceed your hit points.
So you roll.
He exceeded your hit points.
Okay.
If you
That
upcast it,
explains a lot.
you can put.
Yeah, that's
just about
cool.
anybody
No,
out.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
That's how it works. I'll take it.
I just
So-
gotta look up at Otus. I had that.
Brick, you're not helping. Hi, Otus.
Hello.
I'm shrimping.
Um,
Stuck.
Zaan was grieving
I can understand, but we do still have laws.
Yeah.
And from behind him, he pulls out manacles, clamps them onto Zaan's wrists, and then just steps back.
Are
Are
you?
they magical?
He looks
Do
to
I
the
see
guards and says, "You may go about your day. This is in
Is he
hand.
staying?
He will be asleep for some time."
Okay.
I have no idea how this works. I'll take your word
Are
for
you-
it.
Is he in timeout?
Those will keep him from being a further nuisance until he calms down.
Okay, he's in timeout.
Has he been arrested or just
Subdued.
okay?
Brick's gonna take the shield that anyone who's looking can now see it's vibrating with thunder damage and just kind of like shakes it off. He just kind of like shakes it off and it goes away.
Hey, Pez,
Puts it back.
come touch it with your tongue.
No, I ain't doing that.
Wait,
Just
if Snail licks it, or just our little water cube just go. Zzz.
Well, it's not lightning, it's thunder, so it's
No, I
basically
know.
just,
When
like,
it just
percussive.
like expand like a balloon.
like a bowl full of jello.
Yeah.
So you are asleep for a minute. And Otus stands by and just kind of observes. The king has been made aware. And I saw the lightning and assumed the worst. But no harm was done. Those will remain until he can contain himself.
Hmm. Yeah, and perhaps next time we don't try to de-escalate with more violence, and then she just glares at Brick.
He needed to hit something. I was gonna volunteer.
He could have killed you.
I'll be fine.
Uh,
I'm dying already.
Brick, you've been told this story before, but I'll remind you, when he lost his temper, he pretty much barbecued his friends to death.
We got Vanera.
I don't understand.
No.
My statement
Just-
still stands.
So it is very likely he would have tried to do the same. Realistically, that's how his reaction would be. Regardless, if I want to do that, it's pretty much what would happen.
Like Brick said, it's like, I'm dying anyway. Just sped up the process.
Oh. Okay.
Has a minute passed?
Yeah, a minute would have passed around this time. You wake up and you feel cold metal on your wrists. Unfortunately for you, it's also a slightly familiar feeling. But you get up and you start to move as if your hands are connected, and you kind of realize that you can still kind of move your hands, but there is a sort of glowing ethereal chain attached between the manacles around your wrists.
Apparently he calms the fuck down. Slowly. And is now just cursing a lot. In another language.
What language?
Focusing.
Oh, never mind. I can't. I don't
Sorry.
know.
Kasumi
I
can do.
don't know.
Kasumi is going to fox form action dash back to the cart. And I'm going to go retrieve his little sushi
Magnus?
Magnus.
Just got it in
And
your
then
mouth like
come
a by the scruff.
Oh,
And then she's gonna come back.
Actually, even though he's been grabbed by the scruff, he's kind of like, he's shrimping. But he still seems just happy as can be, regardless.
we shrimping.
And then she's gonna extend out the little guy towards Zaan.
Fuck.
Pull pinch at your goddamn heartstrings.
Zaan fuck. Well, Zaan will take Magnus and go hug. Not hard enough to kill him, but he's gonna hug him really hard.
Emotional support.
Okay.
He's just gonna sit there on his butt.
As you sit there and seem to calm down a bit, Otus gestures at the manacles. Those will suppress your magic until you can remain calm or until you are solely in the hands of Captain Eric. I will leave you all to your day and your... And he looks to you, Zaan, and he does have a very apologetic look. And your grieving. He looks around, nods at you all, and less stopped, he walks away.
I'll come back now, you hear? What a hat you.
DM.
Yes'm.
Well, do I remember anything that...
No.
So Kadal did... Okay, clarifying question. Did Kadal implant memories that I'll remember as they happened? Well, I guess that's something that would happen later on if he did. Or was it just the horn for now?
You're not sure. There was a sharp pain
Okay.
in your noodle and
My noggin.
in your noggin. And then, as Otus explained, that your horn is there, and the rest of you notice that, oh shit, the horn is there.
Now everything is purple.
You're not entirely sure what he did.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't like this.
How late is
So-
it now?
It still hasn't been all that long. It's still just a little after lunch. Midday.
I want to eat everything.
I'll go tell Fern to fire up the grill.
Yeah, Zun's gonna
Okay.
holding Magnus like the fucking lifeline that he is, or whatever lifeline that he is. Just gonna walk around and towards Fern's.
Okay. Brick Fern is right where you left him, but much like Otus, there is now a very fancy bottle and a very nice looking glass sitting in front of him, and he is drinking.
Fern,
Oh, hi. Hi, hello. Yeah. Can I help
could
you?
we get some food for the grieving process?
Oh. Oh, oh, you can do that. It'll
Whatever
just
you got on hand.
It'll just be okay. Breakfast food, breakfast for lunch, dinner, whatever. He picks up the glass and the bottle, and he walks back to behind into the kitchen where he was before.
Can I help him?
Sure.
Since I'm also
No
helping.
bugs in my food.
No. Look, I've been training under the chef of the ship, Mr. Long John Silver.
What?
So
No, you
I'm
haven't.
good.
You've been gunner and repairs. Liar!
I was also going to be teamed up with Mr. Silver.
Nope.
That is his name, right?
No.
Gotta chart your own course.
I'm so glad someone else got that reference.
Long Johnson.
I've been holding on for that for a while.
Like 3 hours.
I'm gonna
Going
sit
to the
across.
spaceport.
I'm gonna sit across from Zaan.
Airport.
Gonna go hunt a pirate, clear Kazumi's name, retrieve Vanera's pet.
Mink.
Mink.
I'd appreciate if we went and killed some elementals so I don't die. But after all that's over, we're gonna kill every single last one of them.
Last one, what?
Zaan just
God?
looks at everyone in the
just-
restaurant.
Not them, the smoke monsters.
No, okay.
He
Thank you
frowns for a
clarifying.
moment. He just nods. Sorry.
Okay. After a little bit of time, Fern comes back with food, and for Zaan specifically, it is a mountain of meats. Sausages, rashers, bacon. There's sausage patties, sausage and lynx. He's basically made everything that he does for breakfast again and put it all on one plate. And he just thumps it down, scoots it across, and then sits down himself. And then he sits there for a second and goes, I didn't make anything for the rest of yous.
I don't need food.
I'm
You still have that
offended.
bottle?
Zaan's not gonna stop you if you take stuff off of
You want my
in front of
bottle?
him. Just eat.
I thought it'd be nice to have a toast.
I'll be right back then. And he gets up, and you see him kind of like, woo. He was definitely partaking while he was cooking.
Zaan is gonna push food in front of people. She's not even gonna say anything. She's just gonna do it.
No plates, just
Really?
sausage on the table.
I'm really, really surprised that Pez wasn't like, but there's bread right here.
I was about to.
Oh, I'm sorry. I stole your thunder.
Oh,
Sorry.
it's okay. Zaan had all the thunder
Sorry.
outside.
Just shut the fuck up.
God damn it, you're on a roll
Why
tonight.
you booing him? He's right.
Rick got
So, Fern comes back with the bottle, which is significantly less full than before, but it's he's got that on a platter. And even though he's kind of wobbling, somehow he's still able to keep everything level, which is really kind of impressive. He's
a
done this
fucking
before.
professional.
Yeah. Sets it down, pours out 6 shots, looks at Hamburger and goes, he doesn't drink, does he?
Oh, he drinks blood.
No.
6 glasses it is then. And he pours them all out, sets them off, raises his up.
I kind of look around to see there are other people still in here.
No, it was empty. It's you 5 and Fern.
Okay.
I legit want to
Valkyrie.
go get a shot.
What?
I said I legit just want to go get a shot.
Do it.
Do we all want to go get a shot?
Fuck it, we ball. Fuck it. I'll be back.
I can do a shot of water. I ain't going downstairs and cracking open my heckin'
Yeah, no.
vodka.
Vanera will take the shot for all of us.
She's got to take 6 of them. Yeah.
Good thing
She'll fill
Hamburger
that
isn't
in the
doing
morning.
one.
Is there anything anyone wants to do while we wait for her to get her libation?
Are we pretty much gonna be skipping towards nighttime after this for the most part?
We'll see. Depends on what everyone needs to be getting done here. But
There's also 11.
yeah, we'll definitely be wrapping up this the stream here in just a minute when she gets back.
Also, to everyone still here from the raid, welcome and thank you for staying. We're happy to have you.
Yay! Welcome to the party.
I'm not gonna drink this, but I just think it's very ironic that I've got.
Drink it.
Oh, what?
Drink
That
it.
is so cool!
That is very
These
cool.
are my drinking horn shot glasses. and
Those
they've got
are
runes
super
on
cute.
them.
Are you bringing them down?
I can.
Oh, can you?
If you're gonna twist me arm about it.
You're gonna twist me arm.
Okay. So you all raise your glasses for a toast. Fern looks expectantly at anyone that's not him.
Y'all are slacking. We fucking going.
The Valkyrie.
To Valkyrie. And he
Water bottle doesn't count.
knocks it back.
If it does.
To mother.
Well,
It's
Bug juice.
Let's say bug juice.
No? Yeah?
maybe.
Want some?
I might after today.
well. I don't really know too much what to say. Help yourselves. Can I begin to think to know what you're going through, lad? He's looking at you, Zaan. But me thoughts go out to you. And I wish you the best of luck.
She's gonna nod. He's still kind of shoveling food in his mouth.
Is there anything anyone else would like to do?
Nope.
Remember what the fuck Kadali just did?
Core memory.
What?
Access.
It's not a memory. There was something that was done, and I'll be honest, it's frustrating me.
I know my horn.
Hold on. Can I look around Ferns and see if there's like a random pouch of 420 gold coins?
No.
Sorry, I don't remember. Where did this come from?
Oh,
It was during
from...
Pez plays, and he said
Pez
for every
plays.
note that I missed, I was gonna owe you guys such and such amount of gold.
Oh.
We never got it in writing. So
Did
Also-
anything else change about me? Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. If you're frustrated, I want to figure this out now.
nothing that you are currently aware of.
So confused then.
I touched the horn.
You're
Zaan.
Horn
confused.
change?
You're confused, and
Zaan.
I'm frustrated.
Sorry.
Because
Zaan.
wait, what did he say? He said you need to remember, or you need to know what happened, right?
Yeah, you need to know what happened.
Can,
Oh
Zaan's
my!
gonna-
Read the book.
No!
Read the book.
I don't want to now!
just open it up
Read
so you
the
can read
fucking
it.
book!
You and Brick have the light bulb go off at the same time. You open up the book. Brick, it's the same jumbled mess of shifting letters. Vanera, you can read the book. And that is where we're going to end for tonight. Thank you all so
yeah.
much for joining us for this
That was a good
wild ride that I wasn't expecting to have come by quite so soon, but here we are. So thank you all so much for joining and watching. Those of you who came in during the raid, thank you so much. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Those of you that are listening to this in podcast form a week later, if you are caught up and you want to catch us live, we stream every Friday on Twitch. Come and join us. Join the Discord links
Friday.
down below.
In the doobly-doo.
Any other parting announcements?
Just want all of you to know the DM lives below me. I'm about to go be very mean to the DM.
Yeah, I got a little something loaded up to protect myself.
Join us next Friday for Storm King's Chaos. I can't say it's gonna
Yeah.
be as heart-stopping
Top
as
that
this was.
bitch. Although to be fair,
Where are you? You're over there. You.
we're on session 58. You're on session 8.
Yeah.
So
Jesus. I got some stuff planned, but fuck you.
so until we go live, be safe over the weekend, and until we see you the next time around. Goodbye. Good night.
Bye. Good night. Join us in
Auf Wiedersehen.
Discord.
The holder.